And welcome back to DIREWOLF. This time, one of our main players could not attend, sadly, so we decided to do a DIREWOLF Legends spin-off session. And since we're so close to Christmas, we decided to go for a bit of a holiday-themed mission today. We are also joined by a guest character today, which is always nice. Let's go through the list and briefly introduce our characters and who's playing them. I will start with a regular. Let me just show character artwork, and it pops up on stream. Also, fair warning: pretty much everything today is AI generated, as we neither have the time nor money to bother investing in a one-shot. So everything is AI generated, so that's how it is. Alistair, tell us about Gabriel.
Yeah. So Gabriel Morrow is a failed detective who has become a thaumaturge of sorts. After finding a magical lantern possessed with a spirit of a legendary detective. Said legendary detective is now the prime reason for his current success as an agent of Archangel.
Is it Sherlock Holmes?
Yes, it's the inspiration for Sherlock. It's a lot of people seem to think it's the inspiration for Sherlock Holmes. However, Gabriel vehemently disagrees with this, as he finds Charles to be, well, let's just not as gentlemanly as the Holmes depicted in the stories, let's just say. He's paranoid and believes everything is the result of ghosts or secret cults. So yeah, that is Gabriel.
So it's more like Lovecraft then.
Yeah. A little bit. He believes he lives in the Lovecraftian world, exactly. She might be right, you know? Who knows?
You never know. So that's Gabriel, cool.
Next up.
Love the character.
Next up, we have Fapon. Let me show the picture.
Hi. Yes, this is Margaret Wright, and if anyone returning, they might recognize the name as the mother of Alex Wright from the spin-off Dark Side of the Moon. She is a up-and-coming fashion designer that might be tinkering with some less fashiony, high-end stuff for Archangel on the side.
If anyone didn't catch that, this one-shot is happening in the 70s. We're going back in time a bit. And I have to give you a +1 point to House Gryffindor, because we're playing a character who already has an established lore, and is like the mother of a previous character. I think that's a cool thing.
I agree, that's nice.
That's a nice little touch. Let's go over to, I know you might not be completely done, but Lemur, you have a character.
Oh, I was about to swap the image.
Look at me first of all. Okay.
This is Tom Eriksson. He is a Vietnam War veteran, where he served as a combat medic. But even before that, he was raised in a household that's always been kind of like aware and knowledgeable of the local like folklore in the northern Midwestern. He comes from Duluth in Minnesota. He has like a strong sense of like social justice in a way, so he kind of secretly writes his own journals about what he learns as a direwolf agent. I think he's partly direwolf agent, like, a little bit because it's a bit, or not direwolf, archangel, because it's he's like legacy. I think his family has always been. I don't remember what it's not sleepers, but not quite awakened. That they're just bobbing on the lower end of the spectrum there.
Yeah, I have actually added the page compendium, so I can find the name for you. But
Ooh.
Yeah. So his family has always been that kind of like, imagine like the very local community version of Archangel, like for a long time. But and his family has kind of dipped in and out of the organization over the year. So there's a long history of working alongside a broader organization. But his family and his heart is in northern Minnesota, or in Duluth, on the Lake Superior.
Awakened, I think.
I think his family more or less is awakened and has been for generations.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then finally we have our guest character. Character artist?
Yes. I had to zoom in quite a bit, but you still see the broad strokes. Yeah, this is Benjamin Kane, current head of the Kane Foundation. Also a legacy Archangel member. The Kane family has long been aware of the supernatural side of things. He struck gold in the 50s and 60s with automobile import to the Americas, and is now just living at least publicly living a laid-back life of a socialite and philanthropist. But he is also a very curious and active occultist, and involved in trying to keep the things that go bump in the night away from normal people. He has through henceforth unexplained means acquired the abilities of a sorcerer with a angelic bent, and uses that in his endeavors. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, the angel, the original angel investor.
Yes. Yes.
Also on stream, apparently, Sabatthunder, you're a little bit low.
Yeah.
Legacy Prime says you are a little bit low, Sabathunder.
Let's do a quick sound check then. Grab my other headset. So I can hear myself. Oh yeah.
How did you get that really thin border on the token? Because I'm adding new character art and I can't find that thin frame.
It's at near the bottom.
Testing. That's a bit better. Yeah. I think that's a bit better on the sound. It's very awkward hearing yourself with a delay. Hopefully I managed to click the right buttons now. We'll see. I seriously need to get a bit of a more robust setup for my sound. It's the bottom left, the one I used. Lemur. On that picture.
Awesome, thank you.
So yeah, hopefully the sound isn't too bad now. We'll just have to live with it. Let us start with where's my handout? Legends Xmas. Here we go. I have written a briefing for y'all.
I love briefings.
I will give you all the observer. There you go. So, good morning, agents. I know it's Christmas Eve and the city is lit up with festive lights, but we have a situation that requires immediate attention. Over the past few weeks, we've had an alarming number of disappearances. Children and homeless individuals vanishing without a trace. No witnesses, no patterns, no leads. It's as if they've been erased from existence. Your mission is twofold. Investigate the disappearances. We need to know who or what is behind the vanishings. Start with the last known locations of the missing persons. Check shelters, alleyways, and any areas where children might likely gather this time of the year. Be thorough but discreet. We do not want to cause panic. Uncover and neutralize the threat. Once you've identified the cause, assess and neutralize it. If this is some rogue entity or a supernatural phenomenon, we need it contained. Remember, the safety of the civilians is paramount. Any reckless action could put more lives at risk. We've never seen anything quite like this. The lack of any magical or physical trace is troubling. It suggests something powerful and intelligent is at play. Trust your instincts and use every resource at your disposal. Be aware the festive season may complicate your operation. The city is crowded, emotions are high, and the usual bustle of holiday activities could either mask or confuse our readings of any supernatural activities. Remember, you represent Archangel. We are the shield against the unknown. The public may not know it, but tonight we are their unseen guardians. Return back to headquarters once you have actionable intelligence. We're counting on you. Good luck, agents. Stay sharp out there.
Alright.
So that is your briefing. You also know that it's obviously in LA, Los Angeles.
Yes.
And we don't need to go into the minutiae of the details, but you obviously have like a list of kids that have reported missing. You have fake
Locations.
FBI badges or whatever, so that you can get into their houses if you want. Like the children are obviously reported missing, so you do have access to that kind of stuff. And then, just to set the mood, I am going to pop
Very
that in
nice.
place.
Oh yeah, that's the 1970s if I ever saw it.
Is this AI generated?
This is AI generated, of course it is.
That's
And
all
then
things are.
I have some flavor stuff before we get to music. So everyone get your 70s and 80s, or early 80s, late 70s playlist ready, because copyright reasons I can't actually play that on stream. But what I can give you is something to set the mood.
Good morning, LA. Good morning, LA. This is your host, Johnny Smooth Sailman Boy. Live on this bright and beautiful Christmas Eve morning. The sun is shining. The sun is shining. The streets are filled with last-minute choppers and carols fill the air. It's a time for joy. It's a time for joy. But amidst the merriment, let us take a moment to send our thoughts and prayers to the families out there.
What did you do?
Heavy heart.
Put on music on the...
Those families missing their
It's radio.
City of Angels.
Oh, I can't hear it.
Our community stands strong. Never forget. The angels are watching over us all. So as you go about your day, take a moment to spread a little extra love and kindness.
My volume is at 100.
Share a smile.
It's not on Discord.
Let's fill.
Yeah, I'm not on Discord. I am on inside the forge. I can't hear it.
It was almost done, but then everyone started complaining. So
Sorry.
Yeah,
Did
I didn't know what to listen for. Sorry.
I heard it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It was
It was.
on Foundry. Is your playlist muted on Foundry?
Yeah.
Full of
No.
vibes.
No, it's on Max.
You might not allow allow songs or music to play
Could the
on
tab be
browser.
muted?
Yeah.
The tab is not muted, and I currently listen to I've listened to stuff before there, so I don't know. Anyway,
I'll
doesn't matter.
do it through Stream Deck instead.
Alright.
Because then it'll be through my mic. Let me just test with Gabriel. Did you hear him?
Yeah.
Everyone heard Gabriel?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because then I can... Games RPGs. Direwolf. Legends. Xmas. Of course, Stream Deck supports every single format known to the existence of man, except OGG.
What?
Audacity, I can quickly convert it. Meanwhile, you guys can actually just, start planning. Where do you want to investigate first? This is just a mood set.
I mean, what's the context of how we're working? Are we like part of a team that has worked together a lot before?
I think
is this a completely new thing?
I think it's more like because our Arcane is a lot bigger, so I think like there's no specific team. But you have worked together before. You've heard of each other. Like the extent of that is up to you. But like, think of it more like an FBI. Like you probably you're in the same office. You've walked past each other. You've worked together on occasion. But calling it a team would be like calling your colleagues your partners. Like it's your colleagues.
Okay.
Howdy, partner.
Also, Martin, you mute
I am a partner.
if that's not
Yes, thank you.
I assume we are all kind of in an HQ or something.
Yes, I will.
Private? Yeah.
The one of the things on the note is that there's no lack of, or there's a lack of magical or physical traces, which to me speaks that they've already investigated the scenes of abductions.
The basics, yeah.
One thing that I will say on that part is that you are like the first proper agents. So whatever checks they did do would have been like a preliminary, like an awakened police officer who just like when no one's looking, he does a quick check with some talismans and reports it to Direwolf if he suspects anything.
Mm.
Right.
They haven't sent professionals yet. That's you guys.
Aha.
Clearly, they put Gabriel on the case, so they must suspect some strange metaphysical interference. So
Yes.
him and his lantern are ready to go and have a look. Yeah. Oh my god.
Do we have the list? You have the list of where they disappeared as well, right? Yeah. Okay. I kind of place them out on the table, which I've currently previously been using to just draw some schematics, blueprints of something completely different that I'm just shoving to the side, and laying them out to kind of so everyone can see, but trying to see if there's any areas where more people have disappeared or not.
Right.
Yeah. Can I use my investigator thing to pursue a lead on that? I don't know how the feat works.
yeah.
Never played an investigator.
You just call out a case, and then you can use it yet, but when checks start to prop up, if they're related to the case, then you get the bonus.
Yeah.
But Gabriel is currently leant back on the chair. He's got some janky old he's got like a Walkman, like an early version of a Walkman, but just cassette. And he's currently listening to.
I don't think they have cassettes of this.
They do. Walkman is 79.
Oh.
Between 78.
Walkman 78.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I don't have. That's why I'm not having a Walkman. I have a cassette player.
Aha.
You have a walk vinyl.
Just listening to some ABBA, and not really paying much attention. But then out of I have like a little duffel bag, one of those like doctor's bags that are large and like weird to open. Out of that, just some bluish mist flows as a spirit materializes, and from out the bag, this pipe just hovers up and is inserted into the forming mouth of a detective, clearly more invested in the goings on than Gabriel. As he says, quite. This is interesting. Multiple sites of kidnappings, fairly spread apart. No overt signs. this could be quite the joyous case.
Could be murders still. Just because the purpose. Careful.
Yes. Yes. There's
Murders,
nothing
most
here
of all.
that indicates use of violence on the scene, but we don't know where they were taken afterwards.
True.
Gabriel, I demand that you take me to the scenes of the crime so that we can have a proper investigation. Gabriel! Can someone slap Gabriel for me? He's not listening.
I give him a bit of a tap on the back of the head.
You're playing Charles.
He takes the headphones off. What? Sorry, did I miss something?
You guys
The
seem to want to
entire
have a word with
mission.
you.
Yeah, just have Charles do it. And then-
Charles.
I was like, yeah. What a neat way of having to play the characters. Fucking summoners, man.
I think Margaret had a point earlier. Let's draw about a mile circle around these different sites and see if any of them overlap. Maybe there's an area in common here.
And I was going to go to a party tonight.
It's a hard life, isn't it?
This is
that.
much more intriguing than a party or a soiree. This
You'd be
is a
surprised.
puzzle. What the hell?
Wrong people. Ignore those people. They are not here. I just needed a safe house,
Yeah.
okay? It's not my fault you were a part of that.
We're scenery.
Quick question: is it possible to open my character sheet in like a pop-up or a pop-out window?
No,
Ah, shame.
there's a module for it, but
Well then, I'm a square instead of a
what the hell?
circle.
You can probably log into Foundry on a different.
Nope.
It's not a big deal.
It gets fucky.
It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
Charles looks over at the map again and says, "Well, I think the most prudent approach would be to go in directly to the crime scenes and see if the
thank
riffraff
you.
of the Archangel hasn't missed anything that my credulous and perceptive eyes could not spot."
Very well,
Many
Charles.
people have actually disappeared. Like, this is an alarming number, but do you have an exact number of known cases? Ish?
More than 10? Probably
Okay.
less than 50. Somewhere, just imagine somewhere between there.
Okay.
Yikes. All right then. Charles, was it? Lead the way.
I cannot unless Gabriel moves. I am currently tethered to this damnable object of his. So,
Curious.
if you want me to lead the way, then you will have to, I guess, rouse Gabriel yet again. I guess.
I give Gabriel
Should
a tap on the shoulder. Yeah. Sorry.
DM?
Yes.
Is there a phone book here? I want to look up nearby shelters.
Ooh, clever boy.
I don't think homeless shelters have phone numbers, really. I mean, I guess they're like...
Wouldn't they have a landline?
Well,
They might.
well, there could be like charitable organizations or something like that, like just somewhere to start, you know?
Yeah, that you could do.
I could probably, or I could look for nearby churches. Probably have some sort of, I don't know, charity stuff.
Yeah. You can definitely look up that kind of stuff. Like there would be like a shelter, as you said. I don't think there were that many in the 70s, but you could definitely find one where they like hand out food and blankets.
Okay, and is it on the? I just want to compare. To find the nearest shelter that's also on the list, right? You know, we have a list of missing people, so we have a list of last known locations, right? That's basically what we have.
You have a list of the families whose kids have been taken. People generally don't report that.
Has it only been kids, or has it also
Is
been
it
homeless?
kids and homeless people?
Kids
Right. People don't report them. Right. Yeah.
I suggest we also check malls.
Ooh.
Because this is Christmas Eve. There's going to be, mall Santas, I guess they are called.
True. Yes.
I don't
Gabriel,
go and frequent such places very often.
Of course not.
But
Gabriel leans over to the map and says, "Well, maybe some Santa is kidnapping all the naughty children. Who knows? Anyway, let me have a look and see if I can get some usual suspects out of this.
Yeah. I think it's too early to jump to conclusions. Besides,
It's never too early for that.
homeless people doesn't really fit the motif of Santa, nor does kidnapping
they're not all
children
disappearing from
usually.
the same areas.
However, if you want to explore that, can I do like a folklore roll? Isn't that, I'm not quite sure, isn't Krampus the one who kidnaps kids?
Yeah, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You can
So,
do
because
your lore.
I want to do something similar, but with esoteric lore, to try and get a short
Do you
list of
wanna-
like.
Do you want to help me?
I can help. Wait, coordinator.
I doubt mercantile lore is helping here, so yeah, you guys.
I
go
have
ahead.
this. I can help one
So
of you.
I want to roll folk tales, and then I just need somebody to right, DM. You're DM this, or is
Yeah. So,
nice.
Who can I help?
You just help.
Yeah, you just help.
Because I'm doing it a bit more like getting a short list of potential creatures that could
Also,
that fit sort of the MO.
That's basically what I'm doing
when
too.
you have overlapping skills or abilities, you can aid each other. But I don't think the esoteric lore can be used to aid, because it's more like you just know random shit, isn't it?
It's not just no random shit. It's like you think random shit and they exist somehow because your charisma just. It's like the car is faster because it's red, and then it is. Who knows?
I think that
Commodores are orcs.
Fabhawk, you can
Yeah.
roll an aid that can be open, and you get +4 to that aid.
Okay, how do I roll an 8 again?
Just roll the check
The-
that
the-
you are using to aid with.
Yeah, so that would be any kind of int, because it's lore that you're trained in. Like, you still need to be able to...
Which skills are int?
Which
Just
lore do you have?
the
'Cause
knowledge skills.
You would have to use gossip lore.
Oh, the lore ones.
Gossip
Yes.
lore, because
Okay. Yeah.
you're
Sure.
trying to aid him in a lore skill, so you need to use a relevant lore skill. Gossip,
Okay,
I'd say,
public?
is within
Yeah. Public.
public and +4 to it.
Yeah, I mean, it should probably okay to roll like with religion or survive, or yeah.
No, not survival.
Occultism,
That has
that-
nothing
that
to do
maybe.
with folklore.
I'd not ignore that one.
15 is exactly a
That
success, I
is
think. So it's a +1.
no. It didn't add the 4 extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still a
For
success.
some reason, I tried, but it didn't save, so it's 19.
Yeah, still a success. So you get +1, Lemur,
pretty
and you will
Wow.
do yours
Secret.
hidden, blind,
Yeah.
because
Does this apply to my pursue a lead?
I'd say yes. You're on the case. This is relevant to the case. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't. What the hell is keen recollection? I think I have something for that. I've never played this character before, so let's see. Nope, that's not. That's actually really bad for me because I'm trained in basically everything. So whatever. Ignore that one then. And pursue a lead. Pursue a lead is a circumstance bonus. I don't actually think I get more circumstances. Not that don't
Yeah.
stack.
No.
Mhm.
So helping me pursue a lead actually doesn't do anything.
I just realized I have
Unless
guidance,
crit,
so I
I
could give
guess.
me a +1.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say,
I
Martin?
think is this.
I have guidance, so I could have given him a +1 to that, if that matters.
Yeah, and
But
I
that's
think
also
guidance is a status
circumstance.
as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but
it is
status is not the
a
same as circumstance.
bonus.
If
Of
they are
course not.
different, they do
That'd be
stack.
silly.
If they're different types of bonuses,
Right,
they
okay.
do
Yeah,
stack.
it's a status bonus.
Yeah, so that
Yeah,
does stack.
guidance is a status bonus.
Okay.
I rolled. Yeah, I have.
Oh,
I
it
did
is.
secretly, which
Hey.
I'm not.
It's private. I can't believe you would hide this
It's
from
a
me.
blind GM roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was told
Okay.
to do it.
I
I can't even see it myself. I don't know what I rolled.
Yeah, just a sec. I'm just trying to.
Fair enough.
Why?
Fair enough.
Close that. Right. Push your lead, and you did you use guidance?
Yes, why not?
Yeah.
So +1.
Yeah.
Right.
Give Thomas a sort of like a grab him on the shoulder, like look over the map as we are contemplating together.
He prefers Tom, not over Thomas.
Tom. Fair enough.
God
sorry,
also
Mr.
prefers
Thomas.
Tom,
Yes.
because God is called Thomas.
I could see the face of God when you called him Thomas. So it's just like he prefers Tom.
I mean, considering you're an angel sorcerer, I mean, calling upon the god to gain a guidance is not too bad of an idea.
Blessings of Thomas be upon you, Tom.
I mean, it is God that's going to answer you right now, so I feel like
Fair.
Speaking
point,
of, shall we get to it?
Yeah. Let's
Yes.
do it. So you that's exactly a success. Remind me again. Yeah. So you were thinking like on the lore, yes. Krampus would indeed like be a historical or like a mythological figure that does kidnap, but also that's a very Germanic thing and more of a European thing. Not so much West Coast USA. That being said, like it could supernatural.
This is a land of immigrants.
Yeah, supernatural entities have been brought along with immigration, so there is that.
Gotta keep him out, I say. Close to
Boy.
borders.
And so yeah, that is definitely something. Krampus, I would think, is more like imagine a werewolf, but then with magic, like ability to like teleport or shrink or that kind of stuff, right? So there would probably be some signs of struggle because Krampus is like not like a let me sneakily kidnap someone.
Not a subtle guy.
No, it's like you pull someone out of their house and tear the door down in the process.
Yeah.
So there would have been some signs. I think you did get a success, but I think it's still a bit early to nail down the
Say
facts.
conclusively what we're hunting.
Yeah, before you even go to the safe house, you probably need to go
Essentially,
and investigate some crime scenes yourself before you can.
Krampus fits some of the criteria, but not all of them.
Yeah.
Yes. And since we're all helping each other, this is a group discussion. We've come to this realization.
Yeah.
I say we go.
I will
Where?
say
when you know.
because of this preemptive check, you do get a +1 when you actually find some evidence.
Hey.
Yay.
So the when he jokingly said that it was somebody kidnapping children, and then you kind of start slowly nodding like that's a sane thing. He just looks more and more worried and goes, "Oh, fuck."
Oh no.
And then he starts to get out like some pins, like those like metal pins you'd get from like festivals and shit like that. He takes one out that is like black, and he starts writing a rune on it. Oh, just gotta be careful. Gotta be ready in case you're right. And he puts it on his lapel.
Wow. Yeah.
Is it root magic?
No, it's how his thaumaturgy magic works. He's just got a lot of pins and a lot of like runes on his jacket and on his everywhere. You can see it on the image. He's just written any protective rune.
So
I grab my coat.
yeah. Where do you want to go first?
One of the crime scenes where someone disappeared.
One of the more recent ones, probably. That's probably still has like security.
Would that be like an alleyway or what?
Yeah, it's just we have so many. Yeah. In the brief, it says that
you didn't specify if you were checking homeless people first or children first, so I just went for a child.
I was thinking a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do a child.
Oh,
is that the most recent?
Configure lighting.
If it's got a map, we're going there.
It's a house.
So
AI generated.
I tried generating maps. None of them really work. So this is just inspiration. Okay, this campaign is very theater of the mind with aid. Theater plus.
It's fucking massive proportions compared to our tokens.
It's
not that big.
Representation map. Okay, look, is that better? That's a bit better.
I feel so much better now.
All right, standing under my foot.
So yeah, there is a house. Do you want the parents to be there? If not, the police can like call them into the station for questions so that you can look at them freely.
I don't really mind either way.
Yeah.
I don't think the parents are there.
I'll keep them occupied and talking to them because I want to get the information out of them while you guys can go and actually figure out what's going on in the house.
Yes. Knock. Agent Kane, Agent Margaret. Yes.
Yeah.
Agent Wright, sorry.
Agent Erickson.
We're here to look into the case of little Johnny's disappearance.
Come in. Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
And you see the house is decorated for Christmas. The whole shabam. There's it seems like obviously it seems like this was a big surprise for them. Their kid would have disappeared. You went to the most recent house, so this would have been likely the day before, today, like yesterday. Yesterday evening-ish. It was reported. So they are like very upset, and it's the husband who opened the door, and you see the wife is like in tears on the sofa in the living room. Again, this map is just like a representation, just to get the mood.
Yeah.
So there's
when you said sofa, you do mean the twin bed, right? In the living room.
A decadent sofa.
Yes.
The more you look at it, the worse it gets.
Don't look too hard.
Okay? Where your mouse is right now, like how do you even get into
yes,
that
of
room?
course. Why wouldn't you have a television on the kitchen table next to your fridge?
And why is the freaking what's it called?
Everything is wrong.
The pipe is not correct where it is compared to the fireplace.
This is actually like a Where's Waldo of like where's the fucked up shit.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's actually kind of entertaining.
So fucking good.
Anyway,
Moving on.
Anyway. I will try and leave the parents talk to them while the rest do the actual investigation.
So you were talking to the parents.
I think.
Anyone else want to join? Right?
Yeah, I want to join right.
Okay.
I will go around the house casting
Oh my
detect
god,
magic.
wait, hang on. Let me just get this right. The two intelligent people are talking, and the two talky people are investigating. Is that where we ended up going?
Perfect.
Is that the direction we want to go?
As God intended.
You guys are the freaking investigators, not me.
I'm not an investigator.
The fashion police just comes in and tear down
And
their
then you
style.
go into talking then, you sorcerer's bastard.
Hey.
Gabriel
You know
and
what?
Tom's got this.
I'll join Agent Wright. Yes.
Yes, you do that. So, Tom, Mr. Tom, I think it would be fun if we've worked together before to the point where you know that sort of like we've been to so many crime scenes now that it's just like a choreographed dance where it's like we don't even talk. It just I put down my little duffel bag filled with like investigative materials and the lantern. Just pull out the lantern, like put on like gloves, and then start like lighting the room and looking for things while you do like notes and swabs and whatever. Oh, Matthias is muted.
That.
Right. I guess that's what I'm doing then.
Yeah, that's what you're doing at least.
Yeah.
He is looking at you blankly with an icon floating above his head of like a broken internet cable.
Gamer.
But yes,
Yeah,
I'm using my lantern implement, which gives me a +1 bonus to perception check to notice anything.
Yep.
And to recalling knowledge of anything within the light.
Yeah. So there's avoid to avoid like the gaze of the parents. There's primarily three areas you could check. There's the kitchen / dining room, which is like one thing, and then upstairs you have the parents' bedroom and the child's bedroom.
A child's bedroom.
Yeah, you start there. Okay.
Are you up in the child's bedroom? I got distracted by Yarel.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
Yeah, so you go up there and check that. Meanwhile, before we get to you though, I will quickly do Martin and Fabhawk. So you
Right.
you are set with the parents. We don't need to go into RP with this. It's quicker to just do it on a macro level. But you can roll this would be diplomacy, I guess, or
Fair enough.
society. Either one is fine.
Where are my skills?
Public or hidden?
This is why I wanted to go talk.
This could be public. It doesn't really matter.
I'll throw in a diplomacy, if you don't mind.
Yep. Yeah, you can both do it.
Ah.
Do what?
The diplomacy.
The diplomacy.
So yeah, you after talking to them for a bit,
You're an
you
expert.
learn that their kid was like noticed missing yesterday when the mom went to tuck them in. It was a young kid of maybe 5-6 years old. And they went to like one of them went to put the child to bed. One of the parents. And then when the second parent the mom went to put the child to bed. When the dad went up to like tuck him in and kiss him goodnight, he was gone. Because the dad.
How big was that like time space between?
The time space is he'd say the dad says like I just finished my glass of whiskey. It didn't take longer than 10 minutes, maybe 20 at max. And then the wife is like, no, honey, you spent like an hour watching TV.
Yeah.
Watching
And
the
how big was the child?
5-6-ish in age.
Okay, yeah.
So small.
Quite.
We know about
Measure
an
age
hour.
in Pathfinder sizes.
Yeah.
What's their age? Small. We are here today to commemorate Charles as he passed away at the venerable age of huge.
What did you ask?
Good.
Okay. No, I don't think I asked anything else. But I was just like, okay, there was an hour of like in between where this could happen. When in the evening-ish was this? Was this like 11 or 9 o'clock?
It's a young child, so this would have been a bit earlier than that, even around 10.
Yeah.
I guess 10, 9, 10-ish.
Came up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
These
quickly
are not
ask.
gamer parents. They go to bed at a normal time.
Yeah.
What did little Timothy? Did he mention anything in the last couple of days? Anything suspicious? Anything strange? It could be anything. A child's fanciful imagination.
Roll me a. Let me just have a quick look at your skills. You can roll me a society for this one, but before you do,
society. Yeah.
Fabhawk, you are allowed to aid with a gossip if you want, or society.
Yes.
Ooh, gossip.
Can I also use corporate nature?
Yes.
Every time you aid, that's added.
Yeah. If it's an aid,
Okay.
you get the bonus.
I get that anyway. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, you have to type in the number and you have to specifically click the add.
Yes, I need to
So
yeah, that's what I didn't do last time. I
Yeah.
didn't. Gossip, modifier +4, add. And
Oh!
Yep, so you get +2, Martin.
Okay, is that like a status
No,
modifier or
circumstance.
Circumstance.
circumstance? 2.
and click add. Like I didn't do.
Jeg sender den til deg, for jeg hører på annen musikk her.
But it's not showing up anywhere, but I'll try to click society. Oh, there, yeah, +2 circumstance. How do I make it 2? Oh, there we go, yeah. And normal. It didn't add, so that's actually a 19.
Yep. That is a success. So,
Aha!
What happens is you learn that they say that the kid was like very excited for Christmas.
Of course.
They're a Christian family, so the kid was like very excited for Christmas and like praying for good presents and stuff. He was like a good kid. From what you understand, is like the theory of the naughty list seems to be out because it seems like a very diligent, nice kid. Prays to God every night.
Yeah.
Fabhawk, what you
But
can,
is it the
what you
right
can
God?
read between the lines, Fabhawk, is that you're reading the body language and like the way they're telling this, and you can tell that like the wife gives the father a couple of glances, which kind of ticks you off a bit, and you think that maybe the kid wasn't necessarily praying every night for having a nice Christmas present. He was praying because he probably wasn't happy, and the parental dynamic probably isn't great. If you catch my drift.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see if I have any extra stuff I can use. A lot of my talking things is for specifically high society, so that's not really super helpful.
Yeah, exactly. This is not a high society house.
I mean, you
But
have
is-
diplomacy,
but-
don't you?
Do you want help?
Well, I have lie to me.
Because you don't.
Is
you
it
need-
lying when they're just trying to avoid talking about the thing?
I'd say it falls within it.
Yeah.
In terms of this feed.
Yeah,
so
can I
They're-
do-
They're not necessarily lying, but if they're avoiding the truth, it's still deceiving. Even though it's not lying.
Yes.
So I'd say it still triggers your ability, yeah. So,
So-
that means their roll is against your perception DC. What is your
Yes.
perception DC?
My perception is 6, so it's 16?
Yeah, and deception?
Or deception.
Yeah, I won't know.
Uh,
It's deception if it's higher.
My deception is
18.
+8, so 18.
Yeah, so your DC is 18. So yeah, you can tell that they're not outright lying, but they are definitely not like... I wouldn't say they're hiding something specific, but it is the kind of dynamic, like, the father is just like, no, he's a good son, he does as he's told. And the mom is like, well, he does as he's told when you pull the belt out, kind of dynamic.
Oh no, yeah.
It's...
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not specifically
Okay.
not saying anything, but you can clearly tell that the father is like a strict,
Yeah.
old-fashioned discipline kind of father. He's not necessarily mean. You don't think he like hits her
Yeah.
or anything, but he's just a very like strict, old-school father who
Kids should do as they're told.
exactly. Kids should be seen, not heard. He's that kind of dad.
Yeah.
So they're not like hiding any specific things, but you can tell that's the dynamic, and that's why it's like a bit uncomfortable for them to talk too much. It's like these agents don't need to know that kind of thing. That's what you get. While you think about that, I will go over to the two upstairs who are investigating the child's bedroom. And what
I should have been down with the talkie guys.
what kind of
There's a reason I went there.
You're doing investigations up there, and you gain advantage, or not advantage, but you gain a bonus because of your lamp.
Yeah.
And it also means that
odd.
That's very good.
Yeah. Oh, that's odd's quite useful actually now. Yeah.
That's very good for this kind of campaign. So yeah, as soon as you step in, you do notice something that is odd, because you get a little OCD kind of something is placed somewhere that doesn't really make sense for a child to put something.
If something is wrong.
Ooh.
And when you investigate that, you find a little piece of paper, which is sorry, I'll let you continue describing the scene. So the piece of paper you find is you find like a crunched up paper that you unfold, and it's like a letter that seems like it's not completely finished writing. The kid is obviously really bad. It's like, you know, when you hold the pencil with your whole fist type of writing. But because it was a young kid, but
and the E's have too many lines.
So it takes time to decipher. But basically, it's like a Dear Santa, what I want for Christmas kind of thing. And it's not finished because he changed his mind, obviously, crunched it up and tried again, kind of. But what you gather is that, the kid wasn't very happy. What he wants from Santa is a better home, basically, he says. Like, my parents are always fighting, I want a better home. And that's pretty much all you get, because, again, he stopped the letter halfway through.
Dear Satan, for Christmas I wish for Dad and Mom.
Yeah, maybe he miswrote Satan as Santa. I mean, you might legit be onto something here. So I think
no, he did misspell it. But he misspelled it Satna.
That's close enough to both, I guess. But yeah, Gabriel leans over and says, "All right, well, second guess, I mean, is that these kids, or whoever is getting kidnapped, say they want away from their current situation, and they probably preyed upon the wrong fallen star. You know, some Jiminy Cricket bullshit happened, and well, they got their wish." So,
your lamb. What is
I think maybe. Oh.
Yes. Sorry, it's just like we don't have. We didn't plan a long campaign, so I'm trying to like.
It's the description of it is it's burning light leaves secrets nobody to hide. That's basically it sort of shimmers and shows things sort of as they are.
Yeah. Okay.
And it tries to reveal the unseen.
And yeah, sorry for interrupting. I don't mean to cut down on all roleplay, because that's what I love the most with roleplaying games. But like comments and stuff is obviously
it's fine.
We do need to kind of have the tempo up a bit, so no prolonged
perfectly fine.
Prolonged monologues about how this reminds you of your time in Nam. It's if you catch me.
I wasn't going to do that, but that's fine.
I know, just giving an example. Anyway, so yeah, you light the room with a lantern and have a little discussion about this letter and your theory. Roll me a perception then, both of you, as you're searching around the room. Or you... No, I think you should both do it, actually, not an 8. You are searching like 7. You've worked together before, so you're not like specifically helping each other. You are both searching in different parts of the room.
Yeah. Fun fact. Then you also get the +1 from my lantern.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Oh, you
yeah.
Just,
so
like,
that's a perception
you just put
roll.
the lantern into like the ceiling light, and it lights up the whole room.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Just hang it up.
Nice. Yeah. I put on something called Trap Finder, but I don't think it's relevant.
No.
It was just a circumstance bonus of the right value, so it's just
yeah, that's fine. So yeah, after finding this letter, you're kind of on. I think you resonate to seeing if you could find the one he finished, if he finished one.
Mhm.
And as you're
Yeah.
looking around, you
Oh, man.
find Gabriel. You find like a little metal box in a drawer, which you take out and open up, and inside there's some ashes, and you find some paper scraps, and it looks like he burned a letter. Reading just like a little corner of it that didn't like fully burn, you can tell that it is probably the same letter and probably the one he finished. What stands out to you is your lantern is making it glow slightly, as if the letter itself was magical. Also, I think one of you was casting Detect Magic.
Oh,
Yeah. That's me. That basically, you're completely on the
Yeah.
money. That is exactly how I envisioned the Detect Magic to work.
Yeah.
Is essentially the lantern light.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so you can tell that the ashes and the little corner of the paper that didn't burn is glowing a bit, as if it was magical.
Well,
We've made the same character. I also have to take magic.
That's fine.
Me having detect magic, I would never.
right.
So yeah, while you think about that, I'll go back to those two downstairs. So you've learned that it's a very strict and stern father. But again, he's not necessarily quote unquote evil. He probably doesn't abuse
Yeah.
his wife or anything. It's just
Not
very
abusive.
strict.
Just an old school guy.
Today,
I turn.
this would be a child services moment, but back in the 70s, it wasn't that uncommon.
Yeah. I sort of turn around, thinking that Agent. What's your name? Right, has this, and I would also like to cast detect magic here to see if there's anything noticeable.
You are a trained agent, so you can subtly, like, some spells, like most spells you can't, but some stuff like detect
Yes.
magic, you've learned how to do subtle. And,
Mm-hmm.
like, if you were to do it in front of an awakened, they would still tell, like, people who know of magic would still be able to tell the signs that you are casting the spell. But normal, mundane people, they think you just said something in German. Like, they don't...
The Kane family just have German heritage, so that tracks. Yeah. However, my eyes do glow when I do it, so I do turn away.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I mean. Like, you know how to hide it from normal people.
Yeah.
So yeah, you cast Detect Magic. Looking around, you... Roll me a perception. Hidden.
I will roll you as many percent. Oh, I'll try that. How do I roll hidden things?
When you click on it on the actual dice you see there on the perception, you get the pop up, and there it says roll mode,
Private
public
general,
roll,
I guess.
blind.
Or it's
GM
blind.
Yeah.
because that only GM sees it.
I see.
Yeah, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
I spy with my German eyes. Nothing.
You don't notice anything out of the ordinary in this area downstairs.
Got it. Yeah.
I tried to ask if they've been anywhere like special or weird or different, or like where they've been in the past couple of days, or the day they disappeared, if they went anywhere specific.
Yep. They tell you a couple of the stores they visited, and that yeah, because they went like on a little shopping trip through the main streets and visited like some stores, like a candy store, and the wife went to a clothing store to buy like something new for like Christmas Day, that kind of stuff. You can roll me a society to read into it more.
Yes.
This campaign kind of needs the insight checks. But
I probably like try really hard not to roll my eyes on the type of stores the wife shops clothing in.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is like, I'd say lower middle class. Like they have their own house, but they're not a super rich.
Yeah.
Like
this is the 70s lower middle class. They can afford a house.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do like learn of where they've been, and you write it down in case you can cross-reference this in the future, but you don't learn anything specific from this moment.
Okay, that's fine.
Like you learn specifics, but it doesn't stand out until you have a cross-reference.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. I can't think of anything else I would ask them.
Yep.
Typically, so.
Also, just in the interest of time, I am going to say that you will most likely need to cross-reference in this campaign, so you won't get the answer in this house.
Yep.
Yeah. You need to go to another house and see if it's the.
Well, we could go to the homeless shelter because there's also homeless people that's disappeared. So, or any alleyways we have as the disappearance location.
I think I've copped Gabriel as being quite a jumping the gun kind of person, so he's already going to assume that this is something to do with either creatures or organizations that, take wishes. Well, actually, you know what? He's
Make a Wish Foundation.
Devils. Yeah, he's gonna think that it's someone is they are that this kid has wished so hard that to go someplace else and to be rid of this house, that he is somehow made a deal with a devil or a similar creature.
Yeah.
Seems entirely reasonable. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, if people are done, I do suggest that we meet up again and go to the next area, so that we can, get going.
Fair enough.
So you.
And I would say that's probably an alleyway or a homeless shelter or something.
Uh-huh. So this disappearance happened in the house, is what I'm getting, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
And from the room.
I ask you the other two there as we go out. Did you check the window in the bedroom?
Yeah, we checked the
you would have
bedroom.
checked that, yes.
Yeah.
And as the police had reported, there were like no signs of forced entry, no like.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like the window was opened. It's like when you try to lift the window yourself, it's like it's an old kind of window that's a bit stuck, and it's like a normal person wouldn't have a problem opening it with a bit of force, but a 6-year-old kid might. So it's like, but yeah, so you go to the homeless shelter again. In the interest of time, you ask around a bit, and you find out that most of the homeless people live in a like a camp under a bridge kind of thing. And you're just gonna go there straight away.
Because of course they do.
You can go there straight away.
Ignore the fact that it's in the middle of a road. Just zoom in, and this is the camp.
So cursed.
Indeed.
I mean, at this point, you could just search for Pinterest on images, and it would fucking.
Yeah, but that's stealing.
This is like a.
This is still.
That's
This is definitely not. This is definitely random shit.
This is just stealing with extra steps, though.
Enough extra steps that it's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, so
right.
I think in matter of expediency, I think Gabriel is going to go straight for like figuring out if this person that disappeared also had written something.
Wished for something, right?
Wished for something. Because they clearly want to be out of this place. I mean, who wouldn't? So
That's fair. That's fair.
But did this person specifically go to the extent of like wishing for Christmas? You know, that if they want to, like, you know, their Christmas present is to not be here anymore, and then I don't know, fucking burn it or something.
Burning might be relevant. Right, I would like to go around and ask the locals.
I will join you because I want to try and use gossip lore to get information.
Yes.
I think Gabriel is remarkably fitting in this environment. So I think the way Gabriel's going to go around checking with his lantern is he's going to go, look at my cool lantern.
It's real cool.
To the homeless people, just like an insane person. Just look at the cool thing I found.
Margaret, Miss Wright, is trying to speak to people and like
find rumors,
find the rumors,
basically.
And gossip, while Gabriel is not trying to blend in. He just is blending in.
He is. Exactly. Like, he is confused as to why he's blending in so well. Like, he is like, why are they not curious about me? Why am I not being seen as an investigator? What the hell?
And Benjamin is also doing the talking to people.
Yes.
Well, Thomas, I'm gonna ask, what's odd? That's odd.
What's odd is that there's very few homeless people. Like, clearly this camp is bigger than the amount of people who are here. Because, they've disappeared. So that is immediately odd. It seems like the homeless people who are here, following in on your idea of the not wanting to be here wish theory, it seems like the homeless people that are here are very comfortable being homeless. They're the kind of people who is like, like they that is them. That's their personality, right? They're not homeless out of necessity. They're homeless because this is them, kind of.
Yeah.
Like a train tramp type of deal.
Tramps and vagabonds.
But could I just like to do something actively? Could I grab like one of my colleagues and go around talking to people to like kind of like investigate that oddness? Like, talk to those who are here. Like, do they know anyone of those that are missing? Did anyone new recently come into camp?
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
You can join us.
Yeah, I'll join you.
That would be from you, Lemur. That would be just a society. From Fabhawk, that would then be gossip lore.
With aid?
I'm gonna say those two can cross over and be one. Martin, what was he doing? Sorry, Ben.
Well, the plan was to go around talking to the locals here, inhabitants, and hear what the person or persons who had disappeared had talked about, been up to before it happened.
Yep.
Should I do mine as an aid or as a separate thing?
Just to say that it doesn't matter. This probably gets pursuing in the lead thing, which is a circumstance bonus.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. You can't improve that. That's true. I keep forgetting that.
Just saying, she rolls with a +4. She can crit.
I will. It's a separate thing. I can't just do that. Okay.
Crit.
Yeah, that's a crit.
What?
Yes!
That's awesome.
So that's a +2 on the social. I'm just gonna say Lemur. Sorry, I need to use the character names, but not everyone has written it in their player name.
Where should I write it?
Cogwheel, I think.
Should I change something?
Benjamin and Tom.
Yes.
Which one of you has the highest society?
Society 8. 10!
He's a fucking int guy.
Yeah, bastard! Yeah, bastard!
Yeah. Then yeah, you do that, Tom.
Yep.
Society with the +2. So yeah, you learn that indeed these people are like they don't feel like they need anything. They are definitely comfortable being homeless. They're not like they're not beggars, right? They're vagabonds.
Vagabond.
So you immediately learn that. You do learn that they like missed some of the people who have gone missing. It's like been. It's a shame they disappeared, and it's a shame they didn't come back. Kind of. 'Cause they were nice people, but you also learn that like they're some of the homeless you talk to are like they reported this because there's so many. Like they informed the police that because there's so many that's gone missing. People come in and out of the camp all the time. That's just how it is being on the street. So the fact that
could we get a
person
rough
disappears
number?
isn't strange. They might come back next year, kind of thing, right? But when there's so many gone, it's starting to get a bit suspicious. You might get more, but I wanna do Gabriel first.
Yeah.
So Gabriel.
Gab it up, Gabriel.
Jab it up.
Gabriel, you are.
Gabriel.
You can do a society as well then, as you.
For what? I'm not gabbing it up. Are you
No, but
sure you're talking?
Yeah, you're talking to people. You're blending in with the.
Your name is Gabriel.
He just.
Oh yeah, can I do
joint.
diplomacy? I mean, I've got the eyes of the city. Can I do diplomacy?
Big Sam.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were just offered a joint.
Yeah.
Okay.
I offer my better joint back to him, like my good kush from the right neighborhood.
Yeah. So you're basically just socializing. I guess you're like.
I think the way that this works is that Gabriel, again, he's not in it to socialize. Like he's not asking questions. He's going around looking for things, and then he's like outwards, like a kind of verbalizing like what he's thinking.
Yeah.
And just he's so weird that he's just gathering people that are like fascinated.
Your character sounds like a Disco Elysium guy.
He is this. Yeah, he is. Yeah, very much.
Entirely.
So
and you know. Yeah.
So while the trio are like talking to maybe the guy who's been in the camp the longest, like the oldest, the elder, if you will, the elder of the tribe, while they're talking to him, you're just sat next to the fire, the burning barrel, sharing joints and stories with some guy, right? What you learn is that do you mention the children or like anything you found in the house? You said you just
I basically say that I basically talk about like you know, people wishing, you know, wouldn't it be nice if you could just wish yourself away, you know,
something different, something better,
you know, something better, you know. And then kind of casually mention the you know, writing it on a note and then burning it up.
He like the guy you're talking to is like, I've tossed plenty of books into this fire, nothing comes true. But, you know, that wishful thinking stuff, you remind me of old Jack.
Right.
Oh.
In what way?
Nah,
He also likes to write shit on his jacket.
nah, but he was so optimistic, you know. Little Jack, he kept saying there's a better world out there for all of us. And he like gestures towards whoever the rest of the team is talking to. And like, us veterans, we're perfectly fine where we are, but Jack wanted a better world.
Right. Of course. Can't be content with a lot in life, can you? Always got to be striving. Climbing your way up, falling your way back down. Cycle of life.
So I am also gonna say like time is a bit timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly here. with what Gabriel just learned, I will also let the rest of the group interrogate about that specifically. So you can ask about Jack.
Well, this isn't really about Jack, but Benjamin does, as he walks around the compound, he leaves a couple $10 bills around for people to find. You know, spread some Christmas cheer and all that.
Yeah, they are very grateful for this, of course, and yeah, with the knowledge of asking about Jack, the gossip check the rest of the team did, the gossip and society check you did, you get a bit more information as well. Because you specifically asked if there were new people, and yeah, they don't really talk about it at first. It's like, yeah, of course there's new people. People come and go all the time. But then when you ask about Jack, it's like, yeah, he was new. He first came to the camp around 2 months ago, and then he was back here frequently this week. Optimistic little bugger, they call him.
Ah. Right.
He disappeared. Left.
Jack was here 2 nights ago, at least. He comes and goes. Don't know if he'll come back, but the last time he was here, you got a good enough roll. The last time you were here, sorry. The homeless guy says the last time Jack was here, he did indeed speak to Mark, who was the last homeless person to disappear.
Oh. What about Mark? What sort of person was he?
You also learn, because you got a good enough society check, you also learn that Jack is young. He's about 14 at the most.
Oh.
The homeless person is like he's not the best judge of age, but he's a kid. He's not.
Yeah. Like 13 to 16, whatever. Yeah.
Like the homeless guy is like the big scruffy white beard and like calling it dread is an offense to dreads. It's like a single dread,
just
you know? The
matted,
yes.
Not washed in 4 years.
Yes, there's that kind of homeless guy, and so he's like, from his estimation, Jack could be anything from 10 to 20. It's like he has no idea.
Yeah.
Well, it does sound like we have to try and find Jack, actually.
That would be nice if we could.
Was Jack very social to other people, especially other new ones?
You learn that Jack didn't really speak much to the guy you're talking to, the elder. You figured Jack didn't speak to the people who were satisfied with their life. He spoke to the people who wished for something better.
Yeah.
And from this, you can learn that, you do learn after like sharing your information a couple of times. Gabriel, you ask about Jack again to the guy who told you in the first place, and you learn that Jack had told him about a different camp on the other side of town, but the guy you're talking to is like, but the best food is in the dumpster behind Mario's, which is just around the corner from here, right? Like, why would he go to the other side of town? But you do know of another camp.
Yeah, we should go there and see if the pattern sticks out. Because it's if he's a kid, then it's natural that he would have, met and talked to other kids as well.
Maybe.
So if he's if he's some sort of entity like a fae or whatever that feels bad for these people and be like, oh, you're having such a terrible time in this reality. Why don't we make my favorite reality where everyone can have ice cream? And, that kind of thing.
What?
It's a classic tale.
Right.
I think that Gabriel just just has jumped to that conclusion already. It's just
It's definitely demons.
yeah, so
Yeah.
clearly we're talking about some entity that's going around parading as a child, wanting to make people's lives better, but the way that this entity doesn't understand how things work, so he's like, oh, we gotta take you someplace where you'd be happy, and this other happy place is like another dimension where they are scurried away to, kidnapped.
You sure
or
do have an
going there by their own will.
imagination.
No,
Maybe you should
just
write more.
stating facts.
Facts, we're not coming to any conclusion just yet.
Well,
Really.
I'll have a tendency to come to a quick conclusion and then be proven right later down the line.
Are they really
Right,
right all the
okay.
time, or are they have they been reconfigured 5 times before that happens?
If I have a
Okay.
statistical high enough chance to be correct, yeah.
Fair
Work
enough.
within
I raise an eyebrow.
reasonable realms of predictability. That's just
Wishes, you say?
Remember, I have lied to me.
I'm not
Well,
lying.
he's
He
all
genuinely
right.
thinks this.
He thinks it's right.
Well, he might. He's a thaumaturge. Fuck, it might even be right.
Uh,
Let's
Right.
get to the next camp.
it
Yeah,
is,
let's
yeah.
get to the next camp.
Do we have access to a landline before that happens?
Yes, you can pop by a phone
Right,
booth or
so-
something on the way.
Yeah. Benjamin calls back to the Kane residence in New York. And talks to the his butler, who's now manning the residence. Adam,
Yes, sir.
we have a curious case regarding people wishing for a better life. It could, of course, be to the all-knowing, all-good god of the Jesuits. But do me a quick search, will you, and see if there's any wish-granting entity on the West Coast.
Ah, yes. Let me look up the yellow pages for entities on the West Coast.
Indeed.
I shall call the Vatican, sir.
Oh, wonderful, Adam. Wonderful. Right?
Call the Pope.
Well, yes, of
I
course.
shall have liaison with the Pope.
Good. You know how to reach me.
I'll do it.
So,
Does he? If you call from a
before
payphone.
we go to the
He
next,
has the...
before we go to the next camp, I am going to suggest our midstream 10-minute break.
Midstream 10 minutes break. Alright.
Just have a quick stretch, get a drink, take a pee, whatever you need. But don't be long.
All of the above
Be our-
in 10 minutes.
Don't be above 10 minutes.
So I said 10 minutes, so we're just going to give a bit more time for those who are still not quite back. But meanwhile, I have some nice little news to announce. Twitch decided to give us more emote slots for free.
Oh.
So I have activated a couple new emotes, animated ones, which is awesome. So
Wonderful.
now I have my Cactuar, I have my Mimic, and I have a Monkey Island monkey, LeChuck, and a Aigu and Dragon from Breath of Fire.
Great.
They are amazing.
Back.
Welcome back. And we're just waiting for Lemur.
Welcome.
Did you see that, Fabhawk? We got new emote slots.
Nice.
Twitch decided yesterday to just like, hey, you know what? Every affiliate gets 5 extra slots.
Twitch is a mess.
Oh my gosh, I need to add more stuff to mine then. I didn't know that.
Yep. Or 4,
Oh my
4
gosh,
slots,
okay,
I
that's
think.
fantastic.
Yeah. I think we got 4 slots. But yeah, everyone just got 3 extra slots for animations.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Sorry, what day was it? What date?
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, the 24th?
Yep.
Of 1978.
1978. Ooh. If it's 78, then Benjamin is probably another 8 years old, so like 59. But that doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah.
He's an elderly man. Sorry. A man,
Elderly.
a man in his best age.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Who are we missing?
Lemur is missing.
I see.
Yeah. Oh, Lemur is
I
back.
heard him.
Oh,
Nice. So before we start, let us try one more time. This time through the stream deck to have the mood setter.
Mudusetare.
Yeah.
That was very good. But now I'm currently suddenly realizing that we aren't dealing with devils, we're dealing with angels!
Ah!
Oh boy.
The Angels of the Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm in the middle of a call to my butler, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Right. If the Vatican gives you any trouble, just ask for Father Argentino. And he'll speed it along. And if I'm not back by the 25th, have Johnny throw some baseball with young Jeremiah, will you?
Yes, sir.
Good. Great. Wonderful. Alright then. Wish Abigail my best.
I will, sir.
Click.
Good haste.
Click. Good haste indeed. I suddenly turned British while I was talking to my butler.
Yeah. That happens.
You see? Sorry. Hey, see? I got the money. See? I got rich. I'm making automobiles. See? Oh, gee.
My problem is all my Americans
Indeed.
speak up. And like, even in the radio thing there, I was trying to just keep it basic American, but they all turn into Southerns.
It's because it's easier, right?
It really is.
It is. Anyway.
Right.
So you go and try to find this other shelter, and at first you don't really find it. There's like you're looking around. There's no shelter. There's no camps or anything, and then suddenly you get like a little, like I don't know if it's a subconscious or what, but you get a feeling, you get an inkling. And then, Gabriel, you lift up your torch and you notice there is a abandoned railroad area that is like sealed off, and it has a distinct like glow from your light. And as you approach this railroad area, you walk along the tracks.
You walk along.
You walk along the tracks, and as you get up, I'm going to configure this to be daytime as the light floods the area.
Hey, Troll Market!
And you just stepped through an invisible barrier which prevented eyes from seeing. And yes, you are in a troll market. Which is a for those who don't know from season 1, a troll market is basically there's not necessarily trolls. A troll market is just a slang for underground supernatural market.
I see.
They are not sanctioned by Direwolf or Archangel, but they are also not hunted because they do everything they can to keep them hidden. They do not pose a threat, but they're not sanctioned. Yes, there is a lot of fun artwork here, so let's just start, shall we? I am going to party wagon you guys out so you can actually see and walk around. And where do we want to start?
With the non-Euclidean geometry?
I love the non-Euclidean geometry, yes.
Again, just a vague representation of the feeling. Don't take it too seriously.
Of course.
If this is the feeling, then I'm drunk.
I want to see if there's any humans in the area.
Thank you, Celia Hawk.
You look around. No, you don't see any. You think you see one up here. You think you see one. If I can find her character sheet, but upon closer inspection, no, she's an elf.
What a waistline!
Yeah. Elven waistline.
What a wonderful waistline it is.
I am appreciating her fashion.
Yeah, she seems to know a thing or two. Like she is finely dressed, even in your standards.
Wonderful.
As you are
Fantastic.
walking up here, though, this guy stops you,
Is it goblins?
and if I can find him, yeah, there's 2 goblins on the Phantom. Character artwork. This guy stops you and says, "Hello, young lady. Step right up. I've got everything you need."
Spin the wheel!
Sure.
He introduces
Sure.
himself as, "My name is Flanef Flamen. I'm here to sell all your previously used goods, anything you need. Used cars, used guns, used manacles. I've got them all." And as you
You have used information.
As you look around, yeah, you can actually double click him. He is a shop.
Ooh.
Hey, scroll.
Spoon gun.
I'ma buy the scroll. Gabriel goes and looks and says, "Oh, that's nice. How much for it?"
Oh, I forgot the equipment from my guy. I didn't have time. I am actually walking around naked.
Walking around naked, that's not a good thing. Not in these modern times. So I've got everything you need, sir.
Well, I don't even have money, so...
You have like 800 gold is fine.
Yeah, you should have.
We have
Question.
800 golds.
Is
How
one
much?
gold $1, or like what's the conversion rate between gold and dollars?
So
1-to-1.
it is 1-to-1, but it's also irrelevant because here they take gold.
Oh, wonderful! I see.
But yeah.
I added
don't
800
worry
gold
about
to
it for
myself.
this- Don't worry about that for this campaign. You have the money.
Fair enough.
You don't have infinite. You have what you started with, but you do have the right currency.
Yeah.
False manacles.
So you wanted to buy a scroll?
I'm looking appalled at the experimental clothing.
Yeah. I mean, you look at it and it's like a fashion clothing that is, you know, like the super far out there catwalk kind of like no one would actually wear this. Kind of thing. So it's
Okay,
like
then I would
you-
not
you-
look appalled at it. I would actually like
No, yeah, you,
critically look at it.
yeah, because you appreciate like, okay, I see what they're trying to do, but this isn't practical at all. Like this just like no one would ever wear this. This is just, but you see what they're trying to do.
Actually, I would probably go on a like small rant about that to
Yeah.
him, but like in a way of like I'm clearly appreciating his wares, but like I'm criticizing him at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm buying the scroll of scrying, if
Yeah.
I'm allowed.
So you say you want the scroll, and it's like scroll of scrying. Spy on your neighbors, spy on your wife, whatever you want. 300 gold. Oh wait.
No.
Wait a moment. And he looks
I wouldn't mind
at you a
that.
bit closer. And then
You don't have a wife.
and then he suddenly says, "Over there. Please talk to her first, and then come back to me, sir. I don't sell to those who don't have the mark." And he points towards the fairy over here, who looks like this.
Hey.
Is that a hippie fairy? Hippie 70s fairy?
That is amazing. All right.
Where
Fair
is she?
enough.
She's over here on the backside of the fountain.
Oh, there.
As you approach, you walk past this person who says, "Hey, honey, you want a good time?"
Gabriel just looks at her and just like winces, but then suddenly he like convulses, and and out from the lantern comes Charles and is like, "I wouldn't mind."
Hey, ghosty person. Let's see. I think I might have some ghost touch drugs in here. And she pulls out
Ghosty man.
purse and looks around.
It's like Gabriel goes,
You're on the
"Really,
job.
Charles, you're that desperate. Well, you've not brought me out for anything fun in a while, have you?"
Hey, sorry. I don't think the ghost carries hard currency. If you get my drift.
Oh, don't worry about that, honey. I'm sure we'll sort something out.
For fuck's sake.
Marvelous.
As you get closer, this young, or she's not, probably not that young, fairy. She's
This goblin of indeterminate age.
yes, she's about waist high. She's not very tall. She's a fae after all, a clear fae, a fairy. She approaches you and says like, "Oh, darlings, you don't have the mark."
No, we don't have the mark. I've got several marks, just not the appropriate one.
No. You're of course welcome to browse, but if you wish to purchase anything in this market, you'll need the mark. If you want it, put your hand in mine. And she lifts out her palm.
Right, is this going to curse me in any way with sort of fey binding or something like that?
Bullshit.
Because I'd like you to know that I've already got that sort of binding already. I'm kind of taken in that regard.
Just a second. I just need to look at something up. A condition. No. No curse. It just drains a bit of your magic, dear. You know, it goes in. She like gestures like broadly with her arms. Goes into keeping this place a secret.
Oh, it's like a tax. No, I don't do taxes. Government. His weight goes off.
No tax, no shopping, dear. What about you lot? And there's the other two of you.
Well, I assume I don't have the mark already, do I?
No.
Ah, right. Well, I'm sure my old Jeremy would like some marbles, so how about it? And I stick up my hand.
Yep. She takes your hand and you feel as if you're being drained a bit. And you see that her skin sort of like glows a bit as she receives the magic. And then she says, "Thank you very much, and now for your mark." She like steps up on the tip of her toes and like touches you on the forehead. And for a brief second, you see like a logo, which you now notice is like all over the place in the market. It's like the market's logo. You see that momentarily. Babhawk, you see that glow on his forehead, and then it fades.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to
Did she seem truthful when she was explaining it?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Okay, then I am fine with also getting the mark, even though like I'm internally just like, okay, I'm not sure how this is gonna work. I'm not magical.
Yeah, so you.
But yeah, I let her do everything.
Because you are well, you make magical items with your inventor, so
I guess.
you
Close enough.
don't use spells, but you have magical essence.
Have enough innate magical essence, yes.
You channel it through your crafting. So yeah, you do still have that, and she does the same for you. You get the mark.
Right. So, a good time and Flan, put aside some marbles and a upper arm prosthesis, if you wouldn't mind.
He does have an arm prosthesis.
How about the rest of us?
I figured him
How
out.
about the rest? Yeah,
Do you get the mark as well?
Yeah.
Lemur?
I need to seriously do some shopping because my character has just gold pieces. That's my clothes right now.
I can drag out the 1978 shop as well, which is,
I would love for you to do that, so I can actually.
It's on the fountain.
Thank you very, very, very much.
That is the
super.
one that we're supposed to start with, and then
Yeah.
has,
I just didn't have time.
yeah, Flan has other random stuff.
Yeah. Because someone who has control of the firearm rules just help me out in Discord to just figure out what kind of guns I can buy or whatever.
Do you have martial proficiency?
That's why I suggested doing a DM. I don't want to hug the screen light of the stream.
That's fair.
No, because if you do, you just all of the guns except the heavy pistol, and it's fine.
Right. A quick wing. What is that?
So yeah, while you're doing that, I will go around and explain the people you see here though a bit, because there's Mieka, the elf up the top here, Mika even. She seems to be selling like herbs, spices. She actually has some like yarn and wool and stuff as well, so she does actually get a bit of your attention, Fabhawk. So she seems to be like a general goods in terms of like whatever. Mika, the elf next to you.
Mika up here.
Oh yeah, I did go up there anyway because I was interested in her clothing.
Yeah.
How about King?
I will change her name to be Mika and always for everyone. There you go. She has a bit of a. She's like a kind of like a general goods. But she in terms of what general goods would be for Fey folk. So she has herbs, spices, tailoring stuff, iron, gold, like crafting stuff.
I'm looking at the tailoring stuff.
Yeah. So you see, what you find is like. You've seen these stuff before, but they're incredibly rare because you find stuff like reinforced silk, like dire, I don't know, phase spider silk kind of stuff. You find stuff basically from the sea.
I'll grab some of that for later. Even if that's never going to be used in this one shot, she's grabbing it.
Yeah,
for later uses.
I assume I won't need a hand prosthesis, but we are grabbing it.
Yeah, he has a prosthesis. You want to buy that? That's,
wonderful.
Just
Upper
don't
arm,
ask
yes,
where I
yes,
got it from.
wonderful. No, I will not. How long does it take for a good time with a goblin escort? Because that's how long I'm out of the scene.
Wow, what?
She offered us a good time. I shall oblige.
So Rosie offered you a good time, but I'm just gonna put her name up there as well. But you can double click her. She is also a shop. And by good time, she sells drugs because she's a housewife.
Even better time.
Well, that's what I assumed.
I'm not able to click Rosie.
Ooh.
Is there anyone who can?
I cannot click my
She's not a shop.
Absinthe, wonderful. Yes.
I cannot.
I shall get some wonderful drugs from Rosie.
Rosie and Flan are shops.
Great.
I will say I'll also pull your attention down to the bottom right, which is also which seems to be like a restaurant. Again, the imagery is just, doesn't care about it. It's just the bottom right is like a restaurant, and there's a little goblin girl who I also want to share the image of, who is seems to be the waitress.
Everyone on harm. Wow. Precious.
Who is like trying to wave people in, and you see there are a lot more people than there are on the map. These are just the ones that stand out.
Of course.
I did buy a baseball, but it didn't show up in my inventory for some reason. But I have one.
Right.
Drag one in with control space.
Plan.
So yeah, Lemur, you've been quiet for a while. What is he doing? What is
I'm currently looking in my backpack just to make sure I have all the equipment I brought from home, which have been there all the time.
right?
Well, yeah, I'll pause that for now. So I think he's been just looking around, and well, again, that's odd. Does that trigger?
Oh.
I mean, I think
wouldn't
that's
expect
odd
it to, but
is unable to function right now because the whole fact that there is a troll market in the middle of an abandoned subway station, which there shouldn't be, is odd.
That's odd.
Everything.
Oh, Market, that's odd.
I'll take the boots as well, yes.
I guess I'll have a talk around with these lovely gentlemen over here.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you got the symbol as well. So Fifi, the goblin, I'll hover. Always everyone. There you go. Fifi the goblin lets you in, and yeah, you go into a restaurant. You see there are several people here again, but there seems to be 2 orcs which are taking up a bit more. I wouldn't say taking up a bit more space, but they seem like a bit more prominent figures, to put it that way. Just like being a bit louder, being a bit more like they're like the cool kids. They're not necessarily louder, but or they are louder, but they're not necessarily mean.
But you know
it seems like everyone respects them and like, hey, they're like, hey, how you doing to everyone, kind of.
hey.
You know.
Right.
And
So Tom isn't like the most sociable guy, but he isn't standoffish either. But I mean, he talks and he watches and he asks pointed questions. And he wants to like kind of, because this is a place where people eat food. So if you come to the troll market, and hang around for long enough, you're probably going to buy some food.
yeah.
That's the reason.
So I'm gonna
So,
show
is
the
there
orcs
anybody around here that's...
Yeah, I'm gonna just show the 2 orcs first. So the older one, they seem like brothers. The older one is Holgar,
Yeah.
Oh,
and his fancy shirt that he's very proud of. And then the younger one
Jesus Christ, those pants.
I love these. Oh,
that's
Hey, don't you go stealing his pants, because I know you're dying of jealousy.
they got that party spirit.
So you
Those are
you go here to like
Factually amazing.
yeah, you go here to like snoop on a bit of the information that is going around, and you quickly notice that like the 2 brothers, Jokar and Holgar, are like they're the guys. If anyone knows anyone, it's them, kind of.
Yeah.
You could also just not like ask and just stay, eat, and listen, if you want to do that, or you can approach them and actually like talk.
Well, we do need information if Jack is betting her.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking. He's a talker. I mean, this is the, well, it's secret for everyone that it shouldn't be, but he has this, which I think he kind of says what he describes should indicate what he wants to do. So he's kind of interviewing these guys. So just they don't know they're being interviewed, but he's interviewing them.
Yeah.
So he's just talking to them, just listening. Have you been here for a long time? Do you see a lot of different people walk through?
Common
Like, is there anyone new? Like, do you guys ever see any traffic from the nearby homeless hangout? That kind of stuff.
They're all
So I want a diplomacy.
Diplomacy, and that's of course nowhere to click on that thing. So
Well, that would be silly.
don't know if this is to.
Solid
Maybe you
one.
have a hero point.
You have 2 hero
I'm gonna.
points because we had a break.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a hero point on that. We had a break, Martin. And
Oh,
for fuck's
that's
sake.
kind of a hero point. I see.
So
Yeah.
you start talking and stuff, and they don't really catch on to what you're getting, but you are kind of a bit, I wouldn't say annoying directly, but you're like, they're like, hey, what's with all these questions? Come sit down, have a beer with us. And yeah, as you quickly also notice that these 2 are British orcs.
They're the same, right? They're the DIREWOLF fucking chefs, ain't they? Or fathers of them, or something like that.
Jokar is indeed called Jokar Grillo. He is not yet a dad, but he will be soon. His wife is expecting.
Wonderful.
So Gabriel, after like not wanting to get the mark, has also been kind of telling around for some people to talk to.
Yeah.
So I guess he also joins in on this with Tom.
Yep.
A very quick question. The mark, did that manifest on my body?
It was like a glowing symbol on your forehead, and then it disappeared. I'll just tell
So-
you, all the merchants, you notice all the merchants have a amulet around their neck, which lets them see people with the mark.
So could I ruin the mark physically?
Not really. It's like a enchantment, like a buff.
Yeah.
But you do
Okay,
if you do inquire about it, you will learn that it fades after 24 hours. Then you will need a new mark.
Yeah, fair enough.
People
Fair enough.
offer some of their magic for 24 hours of service in the market. In exchange,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
give some of their magic to strengthen the charm, which keeps it going.
That's fair enough. I'm a just citizen. I pay taxes with glee.
It's not a dig.
So yeah, I will, since you're
Because
there.
I think
Yeah, since you're there as well, I'll let you aid. I will say this is a low
could Tom have
because these guys are very
could Tom's have been an aid? Because I have 12 in diplomacy.
Then it would.
If
Or
you want to
something
retcon it so that you were there,
Then if
Oh yeah. Have you? Gabriel ain't subtle.
no.
Gabriel ain't subtle.
You would have different results
Yeah.
because if you're aiding Tom, it's subtle because of his interrogation.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
If he's aiding
no.
you, it won't be subtle, and the results will differ.
Yeah, I think the results of his role essentially like him trying to be subtle about it happens, and then Gabriel just comes and sits down, claps you on the shoulder. All right, so how's your investigation going? You gotten anything out of these smokes? Looks
yes.
over at Jokkar and Holgar.
yeah. The thing is, the thing he got out of it, because he's good at getting stuff out of people. It's just, it's the life story of Jackar Grillo
Yeah.
instead of anything useful.
Yeah. You learned that they are the Grillo brothers.
Yep.
And they're currently visiting would be like a bit of an understatement. They've been currently visiting the States for 3 years, but they've like been here a lot. Natively from the Sealy, of course, but they are residents of the UK, or residents in terms of they live in a Sealy sanctuary in England, registered at Direwolf. You learn this, and yeah, you do learn.
Yeah.
Jokkar has a girlfriend who is currently expecting, which is why she's not in the market right now. She's at their hotel is not quite the word I would use. But she is in
Crib?
She's in a shelter for Fae,
Yeah.
where they have medical facilities. And that's why they're out today, because they're celebrating, because she's about to give birth.
Ah, so they don't run the
Aw.
place. I misunderstood that.
They don't run the place, but they're the guys. They've been here for a year, partying, right? And like being like,
Right.
Everyone knows them. They know everyone. They don't run it, but they're
Yeah, I
like the
see.
center of attention.
Yeah.
No, I get it. They're the party central.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I have got no useful information, and Gabriel just sat down next to me.
All right, you lot looks like you know stuff. So why don't you tell me some stuff? Looking for a fella. Why don't you tell me more about him? Goes by the name of Jack. Quite a little one. I think between like 14 and 20. That's like the latest description we've got.
Yeah. Jack. Oh, I haven't heard of no Jack.
That's not his name. Did I misremember? And look over to Tom.
No. Oh, it was Jack, all right.
Right. Yeah. That sounds about right. Well, he's supposed to be a little one, hoping to make things better. He's a bit of an optimistic one, you know, wanting to help people out. that sort of thing. Apparently hangs around homeless folk and some kids too. Wouldn't happen to know anything, would you?
Would, yeah.
So Holgar says, nope, not a thing. Haven't heard of no Jack, especially no little one. Especially no human either. We're all free folk here.
Well, he's
Didn't
probably
mention he
not
was human.
He's
Sorry,
probably
what
something
did you say,
else. Like,
Papa?
They never mentioned he was human
They didn't.
to them.
Oh.
he's
Ooh.
probably not human, actually.
Could I, with that slip up, perhaps use my what is it? Does this one have a? Yeah, I have the pointed question action.
A pointed question.
I don't know. Let's see if you train in diplomacy. You gain the no cost for alarm feat. You can also pursue a lead over the course of a conversation rather than spending dedicated time looking into the lead, provided the conversation lasts 1 minute. Or also pursue a lead as an own action, but that's just something. That's a whole thing. There's just so much reading for the investigator. And make an impression. You could pursue the creature or pursue a lead about an object where someone is telling you information. And you could pursue a lead about an object while someone is telling you information about that object. You also gain the pointed question action. Now I just from the methodology.
Because you gain.
That is, you ask a question that charms or needles someone just in the right way. Ask a question of a non-allied creature that you can see conversing with the diplomacy check.
Gabriel, you okay with Tom just asking? So how did you know they were human? Yeah. How did you know we were looking for a human?
I'd say just go ahead and use the action. Pointed question.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna. Yeah, he's gonna do that. Make a diplomacy check. So I need to make a diplomacy check. Is Gabriel helping on this?
Not intentionally.
I can, but yeah. Again, I want to do my own diplomacy as well at some point.
Yeah, sorry. That's fine. I suck apparently anyway, so you need to do your own diplomacy.
Wait, hang on, because that's against their will DC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why am I rolling? It's a DC, isn't it? You're the one that rolled. That's enough. With your pointed question, so that's a success, which means bonus. They must directly answer your question. It doesn't have to be truthfully though, and you gain +2 on your perception to see if it's a lie, because you use a specific action, not a skill check. You use pointed question, which is an action.
Yeah.
So you have
that did.
Unique benefits. Why is my map invisible? I need to reload the page, but I can answer this. What was your question again? How did you know he was a human?
How did you know that we were looking for a human?
How did you know we were looking for a human?
So he's like, well,
we never.
Jack Jack's a very human name, isn't it? And you can roll perception to see if he's lying.
Can Gabriel help on this? Because if they're terrible liars, I mean, come on.
You can't help on this specific thing, but we can do separate ones.
Helping with not helping. Now I do mean like rolling. He's sitting.
Yeah, I've rolled.
Yeah. And I get +2 circumstance bonus to add. Oh.
And you gain. So yeah, Jokar is clearly lying. Like.
No.
Who was it that saw this?
Both of us, I assume, since he didn't specify.
Both of us?
You're both, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, yeah.
He asked the question, Tom asked the question, Jokar had to answer because of the ability, and it was clearly a lie. He answered with a lie.
Mm.
Now, either he's lying about Jack being a human name, or he's lying about not knowing Jack.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
The chances are in your favor. Before we continue, though, what is Margaret Wright doing?
She is talking to Mika, and basically trying to get more information out of her, kind of in a similar way of Jack, but more like making conversation in more of a high society kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to just get information if you've been here. Has there been any as humans, have he been talking about something weird?
Roll me a society or diplomacy. You have both, so I think
Yeah, both of them are the same, so
actually you can use your gossip lore, because lore is always better if you have the lore.
yeah. I will reroll that. Should I reroll that or hidden?
Yes, please.
And I'm just gonna manually take out the point.
So you learn that in the she doesn't mention Jack, but you just like having casual conversations. You learn that there's been a lot of smelly people, smelly lower people passing through, and you understand that she means she's not very happy with the amount of homeless people who have been going through her market. And by her, you mean like where she has her stall, not her as in she owns it. But, so you do realize.
Do you get any information where they're going, kind of stuff?
Yeah, you learn that they are passing through the market, through a portal in the market. And because she's like, oh, hopefully they don't stink up the place, and hopefully they never come back. And you figure that they are going to Sealy. Because you know Sealy is a thing. It's like not all knowledge of from the direwolf setting is lost in the 70s.
Yeah.
It's just that the Shadowfell is still, or the Unsealy is still the Shadowfell, and but the Sealy is still a known thing. So you learn that they go through. They seem to be passing through the market and go through a portal, and you can also reasonably subtly just ask like, oh, there's Feywild portals here, like a Sealy portals, and she's like, yeah, well, of course there are. There's one right over there, and she points to like under the bridge here.
Nice. Okay. I will kind of, do the good thing and buy some of the tailoring stuff that she had, and kind of say farewell on like an amicable terms.
Yeah. She obviously tries to up the price, saying that they're like Anadi spun, like spider folk, and like high quality. You realize that like she is speaking the truth. They are extremely high quality, but she is still trying to up the price, like above what.
Oh yeah, no, I know how to deal with these kinds of people.
Exactly.
Like I'm clearly like designing my own clothing. She cannot trick me.
Yeah, and you don't need to worry about the gold or like adding it to your inventory. This is just you. This is like, I guess this is why you're no longer in the main campaign. This woman is no longer an upstart fashion designer, but a successful one.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, I do start moving towards the rest of the people.
Yeah.
Right.
So, what is Ben doing? Benjamin. He's been
Benjamin.
And he went to Rosie to buy some.
Yes, I've been talking with Graham. I've gotten some entirely legal substances from Rosie.
I mean, they're legal here.
Illegal here, yes. I've got some marbles for my son. I'm not sure what else. Actually, I can't see anything. It's all black.
I'll try refreshing because mine went black as well.
Try refreshing. Yeah, no, I can see the merchants, but nothing else.
I will also turn off lighting because it's no longer needed. That was just for the dramatical effect.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yes. Right. The orcs are being talked to. Who is the snake person in the top right?
He seems to be a merchant as well, next to a stall on the tracks.
Right, yes. I would love to go and have a chat. Hi there.
So you go over and talk to him.
Yes.
And he seems a bit like shocked that you would approach him, and then he's like, "Ah, hi, welcome. Can I interest you in anything?" He seems.
Of course.
Like
what do you have to
you
offer?
instantly see that he like seems confused that he has a customer and like doesn't know how to deal with it.
I see.
And yeah, he shows you the stores, and it seems to be like jewelry, mostly like homemade jewelry, like like scrimshaw,
Right.
necklace, trophy necklaces, wristbands, and that kind of stuff.
Right, I have a buddy called Jack, about yay high. You haven't seen him the last week or two, have you?
Oh, you know Jack? Of course I've seen him.
Right. Did he say anything about places to visit, places to go, entities to entreat, you know?
No, he doesn't really talk about it, where he gets it from. He just,
Fair enough. Right then, what do you have to offer for sale?
Well, let's see here. We've got all these wonderful things, and you can.
Ooh, that's
you can do a
beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, wait! Actually,
Oh,
you have mercantile law. You can do that.
I do have mercantile law. Where are my skills? My skills are. Actually, yes, and mercantile law. Roll.
Yo, you do spot something. Being a father yourself, you notice that all this jewelry is made by children.
Aw, that's cute.
And it's also like all the jewelry is different. There's like no duplicates, so you don't like think it's like a sweatshop kind of situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I pick two different items. You know, something I can put on a necklace for Abigail, and maybe something for Jeremiah when it's older. You know.
Yeah, he charges you. There's no need to worry about the price. It's surprisingly good price. Like you've been to a couple of like orphanage sales and like where like orphans make stuff for charity kind of.
Yeah, I'm not
selling orphans. like where orphanages like do charity events and the kids make stuff. You've been to a couple of those. You've probably been to like similar ones with churches and stuff. So you know like the typical price of this kind of thing is usually quite cheap anyway, but this is even lower. This is like nothing.
Yeah, I'll pick some items up.
So you're up there shopping, doing that and talking to him. Fabhawk, Miss Wright approaches the restaurant as the Tom and Gabriel discover or like clearly see this orc lying. How do you proceed with the situation? Tom, Gabriel, you just busted it, or like you clearly see he's lying about not knowing Jack, and Wright is approaching behind you. Going once, going twice.
What do you say?
How do you react to Dokar lying to you, to your face?
I thought didn't Tom say anything? Okay,
No. We left it off at clearly busting.
Yeah, So yeah, then Gabriel kind of
I imagine we just look at each other.
yeah, look at each other, and then Gabriel takes out something from his bag, puts it on the table, like kind of ominously. It's like a little satchel that he slowly unfurls. It's like almost like he's trying to unfurl like a torture set. Like that's kind of the vibe he's giving off. But then you see when it's sort of unfurled that it's like a smoke rolling set with like tobacco and like rollers. And says,
So bad.
listen, fellas, it's clear that you got the wrong impression of us. So why don't we start all over again, all right? And begin with the peace pipe, eh? I take out like a smoking pipe. Put in.
Gives like the elbow shove to his big brother Holgar, like, hey.
And kind of fills the pipe, lights it, and takes a puff. Right. So let's start over, man. We're looking for this Jack fella because, well, there's some strange things going on, and we just want to ask some questions. Make sure that things don't get riled up out of control. You know, we want to keep things low key. Make sure things don't spiral. You know.
Oh, they were clearly not very low key. I just say.
So yeah, Holgar is like, look, mate, Jack's a good kid. We ain't telling you nothing. Just leave him be to his machinations.
Well, let's go then and
Jack's
find
in
out
trouble,
hidden
eh?
children. I stare at the Holgar and Jogger like in the eye. I go, let's go and find a kid of children then.
Wait. Jokar like stands up and like, wait, don't hurt him. Look, I get what you're trying to do. I'm about to be a father myself, but I wouldn't want my kids going buggering off. But you know, it's all good intentions and stuff. You know, you don't mean no ill.
Well, if it's good intentions, then we need to talk to them. Because currently there are several very small children that's away from their families.
Yeah.
They say, fine, look, over there by the tunnel, and he points to where you already know, Fabok, that the portal is, and he says, there's a portal there, but it's a special portal. Like, normally it goes to, the Sealy, but from someplace else. As you stand in the entrance, you gotta say a magical key phrase for the portal to change destination. Yeah. And he like waves you closer to whisper, and he says, the key word. Now, no offense, Mom, but the key word is ho ho ho.
Wow.
All right.
I like this sense of humour. I appreciate that. Now, what sort of entity or creature is Jack then?
Holgar says, oh, he's just a kid. You're a human kid. I don't know where he got his abilities from, but he's just a human kid. Really?
What sort of abilities might that be then?
What is it again? Oh, he's very charming. He can, I think I've seen him fly. Also,
oh, God.
Jeez. Also, he's very charming.
Flying
he has disappeared in the thin air. He's made duplicates of himself. He's very fast. I don't know. Maybe
That's
it's some
something.
kind of magic, but he ain't a wizard.
That's some powerful shit. Huh.
We got plenty of wizards back home in
You-
London, but so he ain't a wizard.
So he doesn't have some sort of
Tom-
patron granting him the magic, like some sort of bogey or angel or demon, eh?
Tom leans over to, or pipes in that, or could be a sorceress situation, bloodline, etc., etc.
Well, let's go and ask him ourselves and see what the actual situation is.
That seems like a good way to go.
Just as you're about to leave, Jokar gently grabs your arm right and says, well, one last thing. When you go towards the gate, there's some folks might want to try and stop you. They're what's he called? Sympathetic of Jack and want to keep help him, you know?
I'll keep that in mind
We're,
and try not
worry
to hurt
not.
him.
We just want to help Jack too, get him back to his parents. And as I say that, I sort of like look back and forth as if, well, like, wait, is that a good thing?
Jack is not the missing kid from the house.
Oh, Jack's
Jack is the teenager
Right.
that might not have a family.
I see.
That might be the source of the missing everybody else's.
Yes.
Yeah, as we pass by Rosie, Gabriel just goes, "Oi, Charles, get your ass over here. We're going in." And Daisy goes, "But I've just started a really nice puff. It's excellent kush, my guy."
My guy! Some excellent kush from the Oriental.
Yeah. This is even better than the opiates.
So as you start walking down the track, this guy is gonna step in your way and say, "Hey, no passing, mate."
What's the problem?
I have-
my good sir?
Before we get into any alterations with him, just raise a point of order. We're running, we're sort of running 1.5 hours over time, and do we maybe just want to put this in the bank, or I don't know how long this could possibly run for, but considering we're pretty much,
I can run for another hour.
I
don't think that's the case for everybody. You see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Fabok, you have plans. I know where we've gone a bit overtime. I'm trying to speed it up, but there is. I'll be transparent. There is this either a fight now, unless you manage to socialize your way through the door, and
That's a fair point.
through the door is immediately the resolution
Alright.
with
Okay.
if you want to push on. It's up to you. I am fine with running the final bits just before Christmas or just after Christmas if we want to split it up, and then I will also make that a bit longer to make up for.
I mean, I can play tomorrow as well.
I cannot play tomorrow. I have stuff.
Yeah.
But today, if it lasts less than half an hour, I can do it now.
I think we should
Same.
be fine.
But if it's more than half an hour, I cannot guarantee.
Yeah. No, I
Are
think
you okay if you have to run that? If there's some time left, we just play it out without you.
there
Oh yeah.
if we
That-
go
that's
over
an
half
option
an
too.
hour, it won't be much. So yeah, you can. It'll just be the summary, I guess, because there shouldn't be much left.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Right.
So yeah, they tried to.
Okay, awesome.
he
Glad
tried
we
to stop you.
clarified.
Yeah.
Who? When? What?
This guy.
This fucker. Can you show an image? He looks like a Pinocchio.
I can show an image. He looks like. He is indeed a puppet.
Oh.
Wow, what the fuck?
Oi, puppet.
Oi, puppet.
Right, so listen up. I know that you feel rather protective of that fellow on the other side there, and you might be thinking that he's, doing what's best for the people in there. But we just want to make sure, right? We just want to make sure everyone's all right. We don't mean to hurt anyone, you know.
No.
Just chill.
The boss says no one goes through, okay? So no one goes through.
Now, pardon me, I'm not native to this pass. Who is the boss?
As you ask this, there's you notice the snake merchant has has come up a bit close behind, and
Oh, that's who's making the freaking wares.
A bit of snake oil, eh?
Fuck's sake.
He says, "That would be me."
See, this kid, Jack, I believe. We don't want him any grief. We just want to make sure he's all right.
Yeah, well, Jack's fine.
Jack's fine.
And the other kids?
They're in a better place.
And the other people? I think we need to make sure that that is actually true.
Yes.
These wares that are being sold, I noticed there were some fine trinkets. Seem to be made by children. That wouldn't happen to be any coincidence, would it?
Of course not. There's no coincidence in the fact that Jack's friends likes to make things.
Right, Jack's little elves making presents for good little kids. Is that it?
You said it, not me.
Right. So, what's his last name? Frost?
Jack doesn't
That's what I've
have
been
a
thinking for a while now.
name. He was born on the streets like the people he saves.
Not everyone that he has talked to has been born on the streets. Some of them have families.
Yeah.
Oh, very worried, mind you.
Very, very, very worried.
Where you're born from.
Changing your explanation. Good.
have
We
you
just gotta
known-
talk to them.
Yeah, how long have you known Jack?
That's none of your business.
I think
Why?
it is.
It isn't. I was just asking.
No, I think it is. I think it very much is.
Benjamin blinks for a second or two, and when he opens his eyes, they glow silver. And he casts Angelic Halo. Just in case.
Gabriel's like, oh, whoa, put things down. Put that thing down. We're friendlier. This is just a friendly conversation.
All right. It'll be done in a minute or two.
I look at the sneak old man. I was like, look, just between us, right? This whole debacle's been causing a right old fuss, and if we don't go back and report things as being tip-topper, you're gonna meet a lot more nasty folk than us.
Look, the kids are fine. They're happy now. Just leave it at that. And before you argue anymore, I think we need to take this to the rolls, to the dice.
Oh my.
I will say you have a good argument, though, so the DC is pretty low. But this is the make or break moment where you need to put all your abilities together and see how to be as convincing as possible. So,
is it diplomacy or an initiative?
I will say we'll treat this like a skill challenge. So you cannot aid each other, but instead you need X amount of successes.
What's
your diplomacy abilities individually?
Diplomacy.
Or diplomacy, society, whatever you think might aid this situation. Any skill goes.
Fair enough.
I would say that's one success.
Deception? That's not what I clicked,
Okay,
actually.
if you do not use deception, then...
No, I'm going to hear about that.
My deception and my diplomacy is the same, so, potato.
Yeah, then that's a diplomacy. There's two diplomacies, that's two successes.
Public?
Yes, this is public. because you either succeed or you fail. The consequence is based on, oh, that's 2 successes. Okay. I'm gonna allow Lemur to roll something just because, but you have won. You have made it. He might get a
Unless he critically
yeah,
fails.
he could get a crit fail. That's true. I also
I
see,
will.
like,
I will roll.
everyone has rolled diplomacy. As I said, any skill goes, any feat, anything that might put this in your favor. It doesn't have to be.
I'm a charismatic man.
Religion. You could use
Diplomacy will do.
You could steal his gun from his pocket and call it thievery. Like, you can do
I
anything.
love stealing his gun.
Whatever you think might.
Well, anything. Yeah.
Get
I'll
out.
stick with
going
deception
to-
then. Why be diplomatic when one can deceive?
Well, I am going to. I'm going to pull a rank here. Like, who do you know who we are? You can reveal that.
Yeah, I can reveal that.
We have connections.
Are you gonna?
Do
You're
know
really gonna
people?
show your Archangel badge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it, why not?
No, yeah, you didn't get a crit fail. Like, as I said, you got with that crit, you got more than enough anyway. So,
Well, we don't know exactly who pushed it over the road.
but yeah, it's a combined pool. We don't know who pushed it over. Flashing the
Yeah,
badge
yeah.
definitely helps.
Definitely not.
And they
Flashing the
you
badge.
immediately see that he like gets a like, oh shit, yeah, like this is still back in the 70s again. So like, where the feds are like the evil nemesis of everyone who's not on the right side of the law, right? And that's basically what you're doing here. You're like, if you don't let us through, you're gonna be deported or killed,
In a hell of trouble.
locked away in prison forever, or like they're gonna send the army. It's like that, right? So they like, whoa, okay, let him through. And, together with
we don't want no trouble with the
yeah,
feds.
of course, together with the archers of all the others as well, like showing that like you are combined. Before we go on though, I do want to reveal something, because this was supposed to be a very funny encounter, because this guy was a part of the gang as well. There were three of them. I'll share his image as well, because he's the only one I think
All the lizard boys.
who's missing. Of the three.
Hey,
Of the three gangs.
I'm lizard over here.
And they are called Pounder, Slicer, and Finker. And they all have reactions based on each other. So, for example, when Slicer is the fast one, if he successfully evades an attack, if an attack misses on him, then Pounder, the strong one, gets a reaction to grab the person who tried the attack. Also, whenever someone grabs, the Thinker gets an opportunity to make a feint, and whenever he makes a feint, whenever he succeeds a feint, the fast one, Slicer, can use a reaction to stride, to move. So they like
strike,
play off each other in a
that's cute,
It was
but
very funny.
we're the Fed over here.
But sadly, we're
the Fed over here. You don't mess with the Fed, do ya?
So, in the aspect of time, we are going to move on. You go through the portal. You say the key word. Who wants to say it?
Ho ho ho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you do this, you see that the like faint. Like normally these Feywild portals are so discreet. You just walk in a tunnel, and then you come out in somewhere else, right? But you see, as you say this, the bricks themselves have a slight red glow. I'll turn the lighting off first, save changes, and then we will go to Jack's Wonderland.
Oh. Walking in the
I
dark
think indeed
wonderland.
Gabriel guessed correctly.
So I will just reveal Jack as well, because again, interest of time.
Jackass.
You meet Jack.
Oh, he's a kid.
Who is a kid? And you see immediately upon entering this place, I couldn't generate an image of what I actually wanted. This is the closest I got though. But imagine like a village with houses and like people living and like parks and everything. It's like a village. except a village imagined like in the style of a theme park or circus grounds. It's like everything is bright.
Yeah.
The houses are vaguely shaped like animals and stuff like that. It's like completely the imagination of a child. The whole place. And there's like it's like some of the houses as well is like to get like instead of a door on the house, it has a slide because it's like a children's house kind of thing. It's like all that. And you see that all the kids are running around happy, playing, all that kind of stuff. And you see the homeless people are mostly like, because they are adults, but they are like, they seem happy as well. They're doing like jobs. They're like handing out candy to the kids. They're like stood behind the counter on, when there's like the fairground games where you have to like throw darts at balloons and stuff. They stood behind the counter there and handing out prizes and like. Seems like everyone is like doing stuff, and it seems very merry, and you're overwhelmed by this sense of joy.
Oh my!
Hang on, that's not allowed. My agent name is Sorrow. There can't be joy.
I should bring Jeremiah. He would love this.
And
no, don't. That's don't say that. Suddenly he's gonna appear.
No!
I regret that.
No!
So yeah, and you basically you approach you're walking around and you're like you were kind of expecting something along these lines. Many of you, I think. But this is like you weren't expecting it to be this joyous. Like it looks like generally a very fun place. You were expecting it to have like a slight dark twist, like where the clowns are actually monsters or something like that, right? You were expecting some kind of sinister twist. But this is just like, no,
Krampus is stealing the children away.
Pure joy. And as we approach, because we are running out of time, I don't want to do Jack in character. But yeah, you learn that he is indeed the person who is responsible. As you already know, he was a homeless kid who wanted a better place. And he wanted to make a better place. What I want you to do is roll your to learn more about him before we do any like how to solve it. We will learn about him. So I want you to do again your best investigation tactics. We'll do it again like a skill challenge. And again, this doesn't necessarily have to be perception or society. You can use anything here. You can use like if you want to learn what he is or what
esoteric.
His powers are,
Can I use exploit vulnerability? Because that literally gives me that information.
Yeah, you can use exploit vulnerability. You can use arcana, religion, nature, occult if you want to try and guess where his source of magic comes from. You can use.
Oh, I really do. Yeah.
Yeah. So
is it open?
This can be open. Yeah, I'll reveal it. So yeah, you can do whatever one you think might give you information.
I don't know. Can I use crafting to try and figure out how this is built? I don't know.
Yes, you can.
I'm rolling occult for figuring out what's going on from the source.
So that's everyone. So what I'm going to say is you had very high rolls, all of you, so that is again a success. What you specifically learn is not much from Arcana. It's you do before you like approach him as you're walking around, you do see some magical things happen, but you can't really explain it with Arcana. So you at least rule out that he is doing this purposefully, sort of. He's not casting spells.
Yeah.
That you can rule out with the Arcana. Esoteric I will get back to, because that is the catch-all. Occultism, you do get a slight sense of spirits like spiritualism kind of vibes. There is some kind of spirits here. You can't quite pinpoint it though, but you
It's a Christmas past.
you definitely get a sense of spirits, and
It's the Christmas spirit.
There's something unseen moving around and here in this place.
Yeah, God. Is there some sort of like the death spirit, the main season attached to this guy? Yeah.
With crafting, you immediately understand that this is not natural. You as you're walking past, you like brush your hand on the walls of that pork, and it's like this isn't wood, this isn't stone. It's just a wall of undiscriminate material. And which immediately tells you like this place isn't built. This place is conjured.
Yeah.
Which brings us to exploit vulnerability in esoteric lore. You can clearly tell that Jack's magic is the magic of imagination. He has made up this place and it has come into existence. Based on like the combined results of the other players as well, you summarize that this is indeed what is happening in the truth because of the walls and materials not being real. You also gather from like the occultism check and the arcana check that Jack is maybe not doing this himself. There is something helping him do it. And that is a success. So
I light up the lantern to look for the spirit.
You see the glow around Jack, but you don't see a spirit. Which is going to bring us to the next skill challenge, which will be the last one. As I don't want to do in character with Jack because it will take too long, but I want you to talk to him and see if you can find anything. Like, how willing is he to listen to your case? Because obviously he is the person who kidnapped everyone.
Yeah.
Jack. So,
my boy.
Yeah. Again, we will do this in meta. Because of
right.
Constraints.
Yes.
So
of course. Yes.
I want your best charming rolls now, as you're trying to like make him see your side of the case.
Yeah.
And so again, you can use any skill if you want. If you want to like try and find out about these spirits, for example, you can use occultism or religion. If you want to tell him that like imagination is not safe, it will crumble if he has a bad day, you can use crafting or something like that.
Stop giving us the playbook.
I'm just saying because I want you to like spread instead of just going for diplomacy. That's the obvious choice.
Well, my strength is diplomacy, but the angle that Gabriel wants to take is that going like, see, I have a spirit body too, and sometimes he gets real cranky, and he doesn't want to do what I tell him to, and then things go wrong, and then my friends get hurt, and I don't want your friends to get hurt. That kind of angle.
Oh. Which
is Charles going to be like, excuse me, but I have never hurt a soul.
Yeah, exactly.
I would probably appeal to this is very fragile. Like, I can clearly see that you're doing this for the happiness of these people, but this is gonna crumble, or it's gonna be super, unstable. So you need, like, you can't keep going, can't keep doing this.
The irony of the fact that you just came from the Fey Market, where the fairy in question needed everyone's magic to contribute to keep the invisibility stable.
Yeah, like that would keep it stable by contributing everyone.
Yeah.
This is one pillar, that's him.
Yeah. Okay, that's those two. Martin, what is Benjamin doing? What is his...
Right, well... I'm struggling to determine whether this is diplomacy or deception, but he's essentially, Benjamin is essentially going to be like, you know what? we don't have to rely on fantasy. It will all be okay. And essentially, he's going to try to, like, buy his way out of this by, like, you know, flashing some $100 bills.
You're trying to bribe.
Essentially, yeah, like, it's gonna be fine. I'll pay for lounging. It's fine.
So we.
You're like an eccentric guy who just like, I need something to do as a hobby. Well, I know I'll hit up the local occult organization. And just tag along.
He's
Yes.
rich. He doesn't know that like he's being freaking nepotism.
I'll allow you.
Oh yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
allow you to use a mercantile lore.
Oh my
Right,
God.
I'll roll
As
it.
you're trying to
Ah, yes.
bribe.
Let's conquer the spirit of Christmas with capitalism.
You can if that's not enough, you probably have hero point as well.
Yeah, you know, I'll do a hero point.
Yeah.
I'll do a hero
To
point.
be fair,
let's
that's
see.
what you just said. Isn't that basically what happened? Conquering the spirit
Yep.
of Christmas. with
Hey,
capitalism. You turned a joyous family event into a Black Friday pay as much as you can.
Are you on the board of Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
That is confidential, my young man.
Finally, Lemur, what is Tom's approach?
Tom's approach is that listen, it's all about it's not my best role, but it's a good Tom role. It's about like, if you want to build this place, you can listen to what everybody else has said. It's fragile, it's not going to last, but that doesn't mean it's a bad dream. And there are people that will help you. I'll help you by writing down everybody's story and getting out there. I'll make we'll leave this place, but we'll keep building it, but a better place, a better version, right? And I have contacts to help with this. I'm not flashing the can I use the pursue a lead here? I think I can.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna air point that shit.
Go ahead.
Because that's just the 16, right? You're all using a hero point.
Lots of 19s. Oh no, 13.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm gonna say that your, let's see what just scroll up for Gabriel as well. 1, 2, 3 successes and a fail. That's a total of 2
Oh,
successes.
no.
But so I'm gonna say he's still on the edge. He's he doesn't believe in the goodwill of adults, basically. Like,
$100 bill isn't enough.
Thing is about money.
yeah, I love that you're doing it, Martin, but I'm gonna say that doesn't help.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no.
So,
he
can I?
basically has a little rant on like how adults only think about themselves. They're abusive and selfish, and even if they don't physically cause harm, they still only think about themselves. And yeah, you don't manage to win him over yet. He says that he says that the powers he's given lets him form this place from his will and prevent. And he also says and as long as we stay here, we'll never grow up. And Mr. Lemur, Mr. Tom Erickson, with your folktales, you realize that he is basically a Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has created a world where kids can be kids.
Kids.
Right. So.
Do they have the choice to leave?
Do I have a choice to live?
Jack will be defiant to you and say of course they can. but ask any one of them, and none of them will want to.
Mm-hmm.
Today, but what about in a week?
Tomorrow.
Or two?
When they miss their parents.
He just doesn't really reply. He says that, well, then they're welcome to.
I think Gabriel's like, so you know where you get your powers from then? You know how they work?
I don't.
No, I'm not asking
Yeah.
you. I'm asking the kid. Basically, I'm trying to...
Yeah. Through your
I
initial investigation checks on like how this place is and what he is, and the diplomacy, you do get enough for him to answer this, and you believe him. And he says he gets his powers from the only he doesn't know the difference. He is a kid, but he says from the only person who does care about kids.
Oh. Santa?
Yes. And I'm really like, he is a cleric of Santa. Because he believes so much in Santa. And I'm going to give a bit of a lore dump because we know how gods work in all my settings.
Yeah.
I don't, but sure.
Collective belief is their power source.
Right.
And Gabriel goes, yes, I fucking knew it.
So the more people who believe in a god, the more power that god gets.
Yeah.
And so the worldwide collective belief of children in Santa Claus has caused Santa Claus to become real.
To manifest,
yes,
yeah.
To manifest. And Jack is basically a cleric.
Listen, kid, I don't think what you're doing is wrong. Basically, I think the next thing he's going to go into is Gabriel's got an idea. All right, let's not make him stop. Let's make him do it properly. Let's get him certified. Let's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's get him into Archangel. He's going to become let's let him become part of Archangel. He's going to become an agent. He can help people more than just these people. You know, he clearly wants to help. Let him. Let's not shut him
also,
down. Let's give him an opportunity.
Also, like, add on to the whole, we still need to, tell the parents that the kids are safe because the parents are very worried. Of course they are. And the kids will probably want to go back to them later after this because this looks amazing. But you can't have candy and sugar and cake every single day.
Forever, yeah.
Forever. Are you helping or not?
Yeah.
But I'm not saying against the whole like trying to
I
get him in.
Tom, Benjamin, are you aiding to this, or is Benjamin just going to be funding it?
Well, that was. Oh yeah, no, but that was basically what Tom wanted to do was appeal to like.
Here's the thing. Benjamin is like, well, why don't we just solve this with money?
Well,
it's clearly not working, Benjamin!
Talking to the only people where that doesn't work. Children.
I think one thing that Benjamin might think of, because Benjamin is like, he knows very much of like the systems and stuff behind Archangel. Being like a bit of on the older side of the team, and being like a noble family who's involved for a long time. So I think you know a lot about like how Archangel functions and stuff. And I think because of the mercantile law, you also might be like thinking with money. You think like the only way to solve this. You clearly can't buy Jack because he doesn't know the value of the currency. But if you like promise to fund Archangel's division for taking care of awakened children and that kind of stuff,
right?
Because you know that there is like a division that goes around and like sees if there's awakened children, because awakened children are one of the most dangerous things in the world. So there is like a group that goes around and like tries to find supernaturals, right? When they're young.
Yeah.
So you resonate to that. If you can help fund that and improve that part, as well as like improve or like don't make donations to like child support and that kind of stuff, you think that is a stronger way to win him over with money than giving money to him?
Yeah. You know what, Jack? Here's the thing. You don't have to be responsible for all these kids. See, I work for a group called Archangel, and they have a fund for kids like the ones you're looking after, you know, to make sure that they are good, that they are living happy lives, not just during Christmas, but the whole year. And I promise that I will make sure all the kids that you've gathered here will have their wishes fulfilled throughout the whole year.
I just want to point out that I think it's really funny because listening to you talk, your character portrait actually fits the voice. Your voice.
Wonderful. Yes. That's what I've been trying to accomplish.
I just had to point that out. So that's your approach. Final one, Tom. You said your approach was basically this from the start. So you're just lending help there.
Yeah.
I'd say that is enough. Like, you don't really convince him that his plan is bad. You instead convince him that it's not a long-term plan, and that he does need the help of Archangel. But he also says that on your offer, Lemur, that every kid he saved must be documented and followed up on before he will dismiss the Wonderland, because all the kids who came here made wishes to Santa, and all of them have unhappy lives. So he cannot, with good conscience, let them return home unless they absolutely want to, and unless their home is safe. So he makes you promise to follow up on every single kid, Lemur. Tom.
That is fucking perfect.
Yeah. And to not drag things out too much, you successfully convince him that with the aid of Archangel, he will disband his operation and turn it into something more permanent.
Make it bigger.
Yeah, make it bigger, more permanent, more long term. And
so we did the opposite. We did not defeat or neutralize the threat. We empowered it.
We recruited him. Yeah.
Well,
neutralize
true.
You did
sometimes
because he's not going to kidnap any more kids.
I need more kids. Sometimes you just have to tell the parents your kid's never coming home, but they're in a better place. Apparently.
But yeah, that was my brief little Christmas stint. The Legend of, and yes,
called it from the start.
The name was indeed, you were guessing it as soon as you heard it. Jack Frost inspired.
Yeah.
Yes.
God damn it!
Yeah,
Fucking.
The first idea for this. My first idea was just like, I have written and spoken about how my deities functioned before, and I was like, you know what? There's so many kids that believes in Santa Claus that he would have manifested. What would that entail? And I was like, oh my god, I need to have a cleric of Santa.
So
also establishing the concept that there is such a thing as a Peter Pan. like as a classification, classified as a Peter Pan.
So I'm new to the setting. So deities essentially work on belief, is what I'm gathering.
Yes, I have a document about how magic works in space. And in that document, I have one of the chapters is about how divine magic works in general. And that is basically it's a belief system. I can send it to you later. It's a belief system, so the more people believe in a deity, the more that deity manifests and becomes powerful. It gains strength from its followers and from its belief. Deities can also, because they are sentient and intelligent, they live on their own planes still, like in D&D and Pathfinder. But they can then use some of their essence, they can split their soul basically into super powerful artifacts, which means even if no one believes in them anymore, they have like a Voldemort's Horcrux.
A physical vessel,
a physical vessel, like a Horcrux or a phylactery for a lich. Basically the same principle as a lich's phylactery, except for a god. Examples of that are things like Thor's hammer. The hammer itself exists and it contains Thor. So if people stop believing in Thor, he can be resurrected through the hammer.
Nice.
That kind of thing. But yeah, in this case, it's just that there's so many children who believe in Santa Claus. He just became real.
Of course. And granted powers to Jack after the frost.
In the postmortem, the agents and mostly for you, Martin and Fabhawk, since I know you've played. Fabhawk has played Margaret's daughter in a different campaign, and I know Martin is thinking of playing a family member of Benjamin.
Jack's Benjamin's son, yes, Jeremiah.
Yeah. So just because
I think I might apply in this group as well. I've just not mentioned it.
Yeah. Because then I'll just say that for obviously like the main campaign, none of those characters there would care about this situation. It's such a minor thing in America, really, in the like the big picture. But for your characters who might have known what assignments your parents have done, and might be a bit more closely connected to it, you would know that the Jack was indeed a homeless person, abandoned by his parents, who was born on Christmas Day, which was a coincidence. It was not a divine thing. It was just a coincidence, but because of that connection, that's why he was chosen as the Jack.
Yeah, I see.
Do they know what became of this division, of this like Christmas division?
Christmas division.
Archangel's Christmas division.
Archangel Christmas division.
I mean, you have the entire thing of in real life of like phoning in and keeping track of the Santa Claus on a radio.
I mean, there's plenty of foundation of real life stuff we can excuse.
My God. I was joking about this, but is this the reason the Coca-Cola Santa thing became a thing? Because they wanted to spread the Santa Claus religion and like increase belief in him? And it was genuinely like genuinely Kane.
That could very well be. Because the
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jeremiah remembers the Christmas where he had to play baseball with Jonathan instead of his father, the gardener. Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah. I've had a character concept that I hope to play one day, maybe, which is a journalist, and so I decided that a journalist he writes for an established publication, and so in my headcanon, this was perhaps the founder of that publication, and it would be the mentor of this future character. So maybe that future character may be a homeless person, a kid. I don't know. Nothing is true until it's seen on stream, I think is the mantra.
Everything is canon, nothing is true. Yes.
So yeah.
I see.
Okay.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I need to probably leave very soon because I need to eat.
I was just gonna say thank you for enduring. Sorry we went over time. I know that always happens with me.
How can you expect a 2-hour session either way? That was optimistic.
I mean, compared to what the story entailed, it wasn't that long.
It's an investigation. They never go short.
It
Gave a
never.
lot of answers quick. Anyway,
You did.
2 hours was probably a bit of
Well, only that.
whatever.
Well, we did start 1 hour late.
Yeah,
So
we did. Yeah, we spent 3, like,
Mm-hmm.
on the actual playing.
all right.
Anyway, thank you so much
Yeah.
for being
Yeah.
here, everyone.
Likewise.
Sorry for dragging out a bit. Very much appreciated that you could stay around, though. Faphawk and Lemur and Martin, Alistair, everyone.
Yep.
Thank you so much for being here.
Mm.
I am.
Thank you
going
for preparing and running it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes.
I am going
It's
to.
a big part of playing is having something to play.
Yeah. I am going to head off as well. I do not think I will be doing Terraria with Ustra tonight or tomorrow. I'll have to ask him. I know he has some real life stuff going on, so I might not be able to play that this weekend. Lemur, we discussed maybe meeting up today, so I'll give you a text after I've ended the stream.
Yeah. I was planning on coordinating with you.
Yeah, so let's just discuss that after the stream. And yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. And let's just quickly check. In 2 weeks, it is the 23rd, so I'm assuming no one can play Direwolf then.
No.
So
No.
One of you. Hey.
For me.
If Direwolf happens, I'll be there.
Hey,
if not,
nice.
you know.
I probably won't because family.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I did do a Christmas session with the crew last year, which was very fun, where they were invading Santa's workshop because Santa was missing. That was very fun to do, but my parents were not that happy with me going up to my
As
bedroom,
happy. Yeah.
locking myself in there for 5 hours. They weren't that happy. During Christmas.
It's not really in the Christmas and family spirit, is it?
No, so I won't.
That's fair. That's
Even though
fair.
it was very fun last year. That session was amazing.
Yeah.
But anyway.